lot of things kind of fell into place once we had that one piece of the puzzle.
Damn.
Bandai not presenting at Toy Fair because they don't have anything really. I mean, Ben 10, but who cares? Hi, Ben 10 fans. You're probably not watching this anyway, so I don't care.
That's
anyway,
because they don't exist.
So the not being at Toy Fair thing made sense. The sudden announcement of the broadcast agreement with Nickelodeon through 2021 makes sense with its timing. It just like all these weird little elements kind of started fitting once you had that last piece to make the picture up.
I'm just amazed how quick they made these shirts and the pens and the books. It's almost like they've known for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't know how far back this dealing goes. So.
I want to say the individual Predacons look like they're probably better toys than the Constructicons on the whole. Like, as far as I can see, everyone has elbows, for one example.
I don't like
and probably actual elbows, too, not just, a hinge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how the legs fold underneath the leg bots.
No. Oh, the Predaking legs, the thighs?
Yeah, the thighs are part of the...
For one thing, this definitely means the parts are not going to be, scramble capable the way the original was.
They're not going to be left-right capable.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be with the Titan class, so...
I didn't expect it to be Combiner Wars compatible, but I thought it might actually work the way the original did, where they you can swap the parts around if you want.
But
that would have required a really big razor claw, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With it being 5 figures, in order to keep each one of them basically equal size, they would have to split part of Predaking's mass between each of them. You couldn't just have one be the core body anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I was expecting Razor Claw to be way bigger than everybody else anyway, so at least the fact that they're fairly in scale with each other is pleasantly surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, I there's nitpicks over with the whole execution, but I think on the whole the group works better individually and as a combiner than Devastator did.
Yeah.
Devastator was definitely designed to excel as being the combined Devastator form much more than being the individual Constructicons. The Takara one kind of tried to make up the difference a little bit, but we're not going to have that option this time, so I'm pretty okay with them just going straight from the start to try to balance these issues more.
Mm-hmm. I know you guys don't care very much, but did you see the Studio series, how they're actually scaling the figures more than any other line has really done before?
They say that, but Ratchet's still a deluxe.
Have you seen them though? There's a picture of them all lined up next to each other, and they actually scale really
Ratchet's
well.
Still a deluxe.
I mean, he looks way bigger than the rest of.
Yeah, as a Humvee, that's not good scale.
They're scaled robot mode, not alt mode. They've already gotten that out of the way. They're not trying to do both.
Yeah.
But he's almost the size of Voyager Prime in the picture I saw, at least.
I mean, I think vehicle scale is what they should have gone for as much as possible, not scaling the robot mode so much.
Yeah, you would figure if they scaled the models based on actual cars that, if you did car model scale, you would get robot model scale at the same time.
And even if they're dealing with a character that is shorter as a robot than their vehicle mode should suggest they would be, there's ways to engineer around that to actually make a shorter robot out of a bigger vehicle.
They were talking about that with Lockdown. And they're like, oh, they did such a great job making Lockdown bigger from a smaller car. And all as I kept thinking in my head is did they see UT Lockdown or Peru Kill? Because that thing goes from small car to huge robot.
It's kind of a tradition with Lockdowns. I mean, the first animated Lockdown was about 8 inches tall as a robot, and it was a deluxe. Now, mind you, animated had absolutely huge deluxe toys for a lot of what it was offering. But then the Revenge of the Fallen, the Hunt for the Decepticons sub-branding Lockdown, which actually I have handy right here. this is also a deluxe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Axer is back there somewhere too.
You have Axer somewhere, but
I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that size chart for that you just posted, Eric, and I will be really interested to see the deluxes side by side in person, because that Ratchet is really kind of large compared to the other three deluxes.
He looks just as close to Prime in height as he is to Bumblebee, maybe even like slightly closer if you count his shoulders. Like, he is massive next to Bumblebee.
Yeah, it looks like Bumblebee's just small.
Yeah, he and Stinger are about the same size now.
Really, Jazz should be the small one based on the Solstice. That
looks like
he's
tiny.
Not chart, so
he does look really tiny next to Lockdown, although Lockdown also looks big. So,
but again, car scale, the Solstice is a tiny vehicle. So.
Stinger looks like a head taller than Bumblebee, even.
Well, in all fairness, that's a different model Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Maybe Bumblebee grew 4 movies.
Actually, Crowbar and Ratchet look to be about the same size.
Really, Crowbar's that? I didn't realize Crowbar was that tall. I knew that he was a bit taller.
I think he might be a little shorter than Ratchet, but since they're on the, ends compared to each other, it's hard to say, especially with
that's what those lines across the thing are supposed to help with.
Oh, yeah. Of course, those also get blurred out in the middle by the starboard.
Yeah, but you can count the number of lines from the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
Like, Bumblebee's head is just under 6 lines from the bottom. Whereas Crowbar is bumping up against number 7.
Yeah.
So, hey, everyone.
And Ratchet about the same.
Where'd you send the size chart to?
Twitter. I just tweeted it out.
I saw it yesterday, I think. So we're streaming, everyone. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Ooh, Periscope. Trying to actually display the chat on the stream this time, so you can see your comments there, and I can see them in real time, which is nice.
That's not going to be a recipe for disaster.
Oh, I can delete it anytime. Don't worry.
Yeah, but it still gets up on the stream.
Hey, you people! What? Well, Eric's modding, right?
You need like a 10-second tape delay or something.
Don't put your mistake on me if something happens, just because I'm a mod too. Okay.
No, Eric, I think this is now your responsibility.
If you were good at your job, well, really, I just want to make sure it works.
You have one job.
You're the one who has a job. I'm the one who doesn't. You're here for actual reasons. Like,
so
well, you have a job now too. You're moderating the chat.
Your job now is to monitor the chat and keep
Congratulations, you've been promoted.
To be fair, I just want to make sure it worked, and it did. So it's gone now. If you guys can be good today, we'll try it again some other time, okay?
Oh, it's already gone? Cool.
Yeah.
I have no responsibility again. This is great.
Jason.
But Jason, if you ever make business cards that mention your role on Radio Free Cybertron, I want to make sure that you have "here for actual reasons" on there.
And I can make a business card that says "here for no reason."
Yes.
Yes, Eric, I'm sure you have desperate need of business cards.
Yes, I'm advertise myself at, I don't know, at a convention to people. Just not because I want to be on their podcast, because I already do too much of that, but just in case they were interested in me.
I'm sure people who do lots of podcasts have business cards to that effect.
Oh, sure.
Probably do, actually, yeah. Ant was passing out a bunch of business cards of his TF University at HasCon. Like a lot. He put them on tables and stuff.
Well, good.
Which, in all honesty, you'd probably have much better luck at TFCon than HasCon, but there were still people that were interested. I like the show. It's fun.
So we were kind of talking about some Transformer stuff from yesterday. Is there anything we want to get off our? Have we had any more time to think about the whether it's smart or not to have basically 2 or 3 lines going at the same time that are relatively the same thing or not?
I don't need any more time to think. It's not a
bad idea. Yeah.
I actually don't mind it because I think they're for different age groups.
But with the limited shelf space, trying to cram more product in means less of everything on the shelf.
I'm curious to see what the Evergreen line is, though, since that wasn't like actually announced or anything. So I am curious to see how that gets.
The line is Authentics.
Did they outright say that though?
Yeah, the Alpha and Bravo assortments are.
Okay.
Evergreen stuff.
I didn't realize. So that's going to like.
That was in the Q&A session, which may be up right now on tfradio.net as a podcast episode. I haven't actually checked, but Brian was going to put that up as a podcast episode.
It came across last night, so yeah, it's there.
The interview with the design team, I listened to that on Ants. I think he had it up first. Okay, yeah. Now that I listened to that after work at like 2 a.m, so that's probably why
we all listened to that after. We all listened to that after recording the second podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were exhausted too. It didn't stop some of us from sitting here until midnight keeping talking.
Yes.
That's how it usually goes.
Only the failure of my internet killed that conversation.
It was probably for the best considering it was almost midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop being logical.
I can't.
Yeah, that ratchet is kind of. I just got the scale chart. That ratchet is kind of big for a deluxe, or it's just because he's standing next to Bumblebee, who is very small.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the alternative here is that Bumblebee and the Voyager Optimus are just small.
Well, in theory, Diecast, you should know about how big that Bumblebee is.
Yeah,
that really is mostly a partial tool of the Wave 3 one.
Yeah, that's about right.
Although
they have that same
doesn't change the fact that.
They have that same pop off the cannon at the mushroom peg, which I really don't like. I think that's like lazy engineering.
I mean, if it doesn't stretch the plastic or anything, it's not the worst. But
I mean, it should have just been one where it wraps around the hand instead of.
That'd be more parts. Probably if they had to make it open up and close. I'm guessing that's why they went against it, is what I'm thinking, but I don't know.
There's ways to design around that.
Mm-hmm.
Although, now that I'm looking at it, Starscream's much taller than Prime.
Yeah, I think they made Optimus purposely a little bit on the smaller side
so they can scale the Autobots together.
Well, and to make Starscream appropriately bigger than all the Autobots, like he should be from the movie.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've ever stood next to a jet, but they're pretty big.
About 45 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the dread on the end?
Yeah, that's Crowbar.
Yeah.
Yeah. His dreads.
Yeah, dreads.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I know it's a new mold, but it's so similar to what Berserker already was. I just can't generate any interest in that.
I think he reused his weapons.
And the thing is, like, I actually didn't mind Berserker's toy. It was I don't want to say it was very good, but it was okay.
I liked it.
It wasn't bad. I think that's definitely
I think the conclusion I reached with Berserker was I appreciate some of how it's engineered.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I recognize that it's not actually fun.
Yeah, it's not. I would say that it's not a super fun toy, but it's still impressive in what it accomplishes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because I have Wave 3 Bumblebee in my hand and I'm thinking Berserker's great compared to that.
That's a possibility.
Was this picture from from the toy show or toy fair, or was this from somewhere else?
The size chart we're looking at?
Yeah.
I would say Wonderfest.
Wonderfest.
Yeah. Okay, good, because
that's
God Jinrai is sitting right below it, and if this was a toy fair, I'd be pretty mad at the fact they're just sitting there like, hey, guess what you can't have here in America.
Yeah, so we can cover Wonderfest pretty quickly here because they showed exactly what we saw at Toy Fair.
Except they didn't even have Predaking in color. They had him in gray.
Well, and also they showed a little bit less than we saw at Toy Fair, too, because they don't have Cyberverse at Wonderfest.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
As far as we saw.
We didn't see Authentics. Did they get Authentics in there?
No.
Yeah, so their Predaking and Optimal Optimus at Wonderfest were gray painted test shots. Considering the ones that were at Toy Fair looked like they were also hand painted just in color. I think that was probably an intentional choice, just because in Japan it's kind of expected, if you have an unfinished product, you show it as a great prototype. Like, that's just, that's the preferred way to do that if it's not actually ready and, all finished properly.
Wait, was Primal painted at Toy Fair?
Yes.
Huh. I thought that at first, but then I looked at some pictures and I thought that I saw actual like plastic colors on some, but I could be totally off. I didn't look at him a ton.
It's possible one ended up being in plastics, at least partially.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
It is not unprecedented for that to happen, where you have one proper finished sample and then several others that are at different stages of completion that they just pretty up to match their actual finished one. That probably also explains why the sticker coverage on some of them was kind of inconsistent.
But
like, it, given that, in terms of actual finish, I think on both sides they're at the same stage. They're just presenting them to their audiences in a way that makes sense for their demographics. But at Wonderfest, they did have an Abominus that looked like it was made of Final Plastic Colors Terracons, while the Toy Fair display looked like it was still using some of the same samples from like New York Comic Con.
Which makes sense because, I mean, we're already getting Wave 2, so Wave 3 should be in production at the factories, I would assume.
And I assume Hasbro just used the New York Comic Con samples again because they have them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why get different ones when you can just reuse those?
Yeah. I mean, obviously they had to get some extra pieces because they built an Abominus and everything, but like, they already have some set up as display pieces, so there's no reason not to recycle those forward. Which is why we saw the I don't know my Terracon names. The one that had the wrong head on it, though, which was also
Cutthroat.
Yeah, Cutthroat.
Yeah, so Cutthroat
had the Wildfly head on it.
Right, which happened at New York Comic Con, so that's a good indication it's the same piece. Like the exact same display model.
Is it just me, or does Predaking look a little thicker without the paint and stuff? It just looks a little beefier.
It probably does, because I mean the color layout can definitely, force the way you perceive how certain parts relate to each other.
Sure.
It's the same theory. It's the same theory as wearing horizontal stripes versus vertical.
And his arms they're positioned differently. Like, his arms were extended all the way down at Toy Fair, so they went almost down to his knees, whereas they look more close to his hips.
Oh yeah, I saw.
I've seen a lot of that. Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been talking about, is because they didn't like how lanky he looked at Toy Fair, but they like it here. But personally, I don't mind that. But yeah, that's a key thing that a lot of people have been noticing, is they like the way the arms look in one versus the other.
Well, I think the arms were mistransformed at New York Toy Fair.
Oh, well, there you go.
Did you point that out and get a bottle of water from Montana?
Oh, Diecast, did you hear anyone bring up anything about stickers?
Oh yeah, that was in the interview.
Yep, I think I mentioned it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get a chance. I've been busy.
Yeah, you're that stickers guy.
Yes.
You're
the sticker guy.
The stickers guy now.
Yeah, they called you the stickers guy.
Well, okay, funny. For those who haven't listened, like me, sorry, apologies. What was said?
Basically, when they talked to him, they said, "Oh, you're the guy who talks about stickers." I hate to tell you, design team, he's not the guy.
No,
he's a guy.
Yeah, this is one of the things the fandom's been most unified on that I can remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this design team does a lot of things I like. That's kind of BS to say it like that.
Although they said that that they're going to continue throughout the end of Power of the Primes, because it wouldn't make sense to stop for the last couple of figures.
And also because all that stuff's already locked in.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. and they said that for the War for Cybertron trilogy, that they'll be looking at other methods. So basically, hopefully not. They didn't outright say no stickers for sure, but they said that we'll be looking at other methods and things like that. And they also said that it kind of doesn't make sense with the style they're going for, I believe.
Yeah, because like one of the one of the specific points they made was that with Power of the Primes, you're trying to like really recapture the look and feel of G1 toys, and the stickers and the way they're designed is part of that. Which, I mean, that's part of our complaint is the presentation, but it's not the entirety of our complaint.
Yeah.
Like if they had just had sticker sheets, that would have made it more bearable, because then at least we could screw up our own stickers.
Yeah.
Although, like, as much as they say they, like, you know, read what we say on message boards and apparently listen to the podcast, they probably have also picked up on a lot of people don't like applying stickers, so they probably think they're doing a good thing by factory applying all of them instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matt, as you shake your head, I mean, understand I do agree with your position on this. I'm just presenting like what they're probably thinking at this, flawed though it is. But if War for Cybertron is some kind of pre-Earth setting, like it sounds like, stickers in the style we've been getting them probably would not really make sense.
Two interesting things they said too is that the War for Cybertron, they said it's going to be gritty and realistic, like that they're taking a very different style to it, which I find
realistic. Set on a metal
alien planet
robot.
Yeah. But I did find it interesting that they said they're going with like gritty over like, you know, super cartoony. I don't know. I just found that interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays out. And also that trilogy does not equal toy ecosystem, so that we may not have a toy ecosystem for sure in the next chapter, like starting in the next trilogy. They didn't say that there's no toy ecosystem for sure, but someone had asked that. They said that no, that doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to get a gimmick across the line.
Yeah, so John was very specific to mention that in the interview. Something he mentioned to me down on the showroom before the interview, he sounds like he really wants to get away from gimmicks. So because he was like he seemed like he was really tired of having that has to be a hindrance to the design process.
Yeah.
So I could see why they would want to get away from that, and I would be happy to see them get away from that. Like, you know, the gimmicks have been fun so far, but I think they've run their course for a little while.
I mean, there's another thing to take into consideration here, too. Like, having a line-wide unifying gimmick really homogenizes the toys in a certain way where,
Combiner Wars.
Yeah, Combiner Wars, but even Titan's Return to a degree. You know, if you look, you can kind of see the same issues there. I say issues, but it wasn't all negatives. It really makes the toys all kind of fit a pattern together where one can't stand out super distinctly from another one. And where I'm going with this is if a designer wants to like make a mark with like one particular passion project toy, but it has to fit into a line-wide gimmick system, that's a lot harder to do and actually have that stand out. From the previous design teams, there are toys that we know some of these designers made as these kind of projects that stand out for those reasons. They're not part of a gimmick system, so they're really free to like dig down deep into what the designer wants them to be. Generation Springer is a really good example of that. And Legends Class Swerve too. Like those are both things, and both were Joe Kide projects, if I remember correctly. Swerve definitely was, because Joe Kide was a big Swerve fan. Those projects stand out because they have that designer touch to them. Reveal the Shield Perceptor was another one, I believe, from one of the departed design team members. And you know, Aaron Archer's touch is in the Armada toy line quite a bit, where that had the Minicon gimmick as a line-wide thing, but it didn't really compromise the toys to all adhere to one like core design principle that they had to make the gimmick work.
Although in all fairness, the gimmicks were never for the designer's sake; they were for marketing's sake.
Well, no, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's something the designers had to work against to actually get their vision across the way they want to, and it's something that would really hold them back. I can absolutely understand how a designer would want to, at least for one line, 1 year, whatever, kind of take a step back from that and actually be able to really express more of what they envision these toys can be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And that I'm excited for the next wave. If that is going to be a thing, if there's going to be no gimmick, or if there's going to be a gimmick, like you said, with the mini cons that really don't affect the design of the toy.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways to approach that. You could have like Target Masters or something, like an accessory gimmick that goes through the line.
Prime Masters are barely interactive. It's the combiner part in Power of the Primes that is the big. Yeah, so basically, if you keep Prime, I'm not saying to literally keep Prime Masters, but again, it's along the lines of a Minicon where it's just supplementary. It doesn't infringe upon the individual toy at all.
And even if you have just like a little socket on an arm or somewhere on a chest for something to plug in on the outside, but it doesn't like have any mechanical function inside the toy, that's not going to really affect what the toy is able to do or be. If you think about it, like basically what War for Cybertron could be is like the things that we take as positives from the Robots in Disguise Warrior class series. All of those toys had a lot more chance to be unique and individual, and we could see that come back to Generations, which I think that's one reason I really started to appreciate what Robots in Disguise had been offering, especially from like the second year onward, where the designs overall got really, really strong.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah,
there were some great ones.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, I mean, so like Bisque, Quillfire,
Starscream's a really good one.
Starscream's pretty good. It's on the lower end of the really good ones, but like I mean,
Thunderhoof. No, just kidding.
Yeah, no, Thunderhoof's actually really good too. Mm-hmm. Twinferno from the later stage Robots in Disguise toys, Twinferno is the only one I'd say is not like stand out, at least pretty good. It's one that feels more like a throwback to the first year of toys, but that happens. But like I think that's one reason this line started to stand out to me more, because it's something I didn't realize I was missing from Generations at the time. Just that unique individuality.
I can't remember his name, but there's a purple motorcycle. He was really good too. Fracture, yeah.
Yep.
Especially, I know a lot of people really liked him because he didn't fall into the category that most Robots in Disguise characters, Decepticons, did back then of turning into animals.
He avoided having the bestial robot mode, didn't he?
Yep. So that's why a lot of people really, really liked him, because he still had the fun and cool transformation. I think he's probably my favorite motorcycle transformer that I have. I typically do not like motorcycles.
You should get animated Prowl.
I want animated Prowl.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Get the one with the sidecar.
That's the one I really want.
One thing I do want to mention from the interview, which I thought was really interesting, is they never really acknowledged. They always say they listen to the fans, but they never really acknowledged how they listen to the fans. And they did mention podcasts like 3 times.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that in the interview.
And they also mentioned, I think maybe forums once, but they said, if there's something that we really want as a fandom, start a hashtag.
Your Unicron, what you said.
Yeah.
They're like,
so, I mean, hashtag get Unicron made if you want a Unicron like I do. And then...
I mean, we've known for a long time that through the message boards and the websites especially, because we know they invite representatives from the websites to go to these events like this. Mm-hmm. But the podcast thing is a fairly new development. They did say like super long podcasts.
Yeah, they said we don't listen to the 9 hours one.
Yeah.
They can't really, that's not really accessible with a tight schedule or anything. In those cases, like the hashtag thing is probably a little bit more, it's a little better to use, I think, than to rely on a long podcast to get a message across. But like, they are paying attention through every means they practically can, it seems like.
I'm going to start the hashtag anything but Unicron.
Oh, I will murder you.
And when Diecast says that, that's a credible threat.
But we even talked about the HasLab with what they're doing with Star Wars, because the Star Wars guys said if this works, it might branch into other brands. And I'm like, can we get a Hasbro lab for Unicron? Because then you could get past that Titan price point if that's what the designers need to do to get a decent Unicron made, because a lot of people say, the Armada Unicron is a decent Unicron, but I'm in the camp of that toy is, 18 years old at this point. 15. So I feel we need an updated Unicron.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that, because it was designed to be one very specific take on Unicron, which itself was based pretty closely on the classic look. But even with the 2010 retooling, it's still not quite right. And that was made at a time where the toys could be bigger and cheaper. And at this point, to make that again, it would still be at the Titan class price point. And if we're getting to that anyway, we might as well get something that's new design, a new take, a new interpretation, instead of dragging out that decade and a half old mold again.
Yeah.
Although I do find it, I'm curious what price they would cap it out if they did go the HasLab method. I mean, I kind of think that they're going to go Titan.
That Jabba's Palace thing is 4 feet long and weight.
It's too far. Yeah, it's too far. They should not do a Unicron like that.
Cost $500.
Exactly.
And the $500 is contingent on selling 5,000 of them. Imagine if their breaking point was $2,500, the price would have to be even higher. So volume would play a role in that. How many of those they think they can get people to sign on for, but also what the target fandom will endure. We know Star Wars fans will spend a lot of money on these vehicles if given the chance. For a Transformers HasLab, I think a reasonable expectation for a high mark here would be about half that. So about $250 would probably be the cutoff point before they think it's not practical anymore.
But you also have to take into the fact that engineering is going to drive up the price. I mean, Jabba's Palace is a place that Unicron would be a thing that has to be engineered to transform.
Yeah.
And that would be a lot more expensive to develop.
Yeah, I mean,
but if they could get get it made, they can reuse it to all heck like they did with the original Unicron mold.
Well, maybe.
It's harder,
I mean,
because it's bigger, though.
If they're having to put it through HasLab to circumvent the existing price point structure, that by itself necessarily excludes reusability from it. Because remember, Grand Maximus is the first time we're getting a Titan class toy outright reused in a new deco. So the first time since 2013 that's happened, when that price point was introduced. So a HasLab thing that might cost $100 or $150 more is going to have an even harder time getting a second pass. It has to make all of its money back the first time. And the HasLab structure is designed basically to go ahead and do that from the start point, but you still need to balance that price versus volume versus production cost.
And even with the Grand Maximus, I mean, there was still a bar of 2,000 pre-orders to get that thing made.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't understand why we can't get Titan class figures repainted, because they could do a G2 Devastator. They could do. I don't understand why.
Okay, so here's the thing. You could have the choice of getting a redeco of Devastator, or you could have a new Unicron next year, because the retail space will support one per year.
Okay.
So you have to make that choice of, do we put our resources into a recolor of something that a lot of people have, but is going to be just as expensive and may not sell as well, and the stores are going to then be reluctant to do another new one next time because of this year's bad sales? Or do we put all of our resources into creating a full new one for maybe 30% or 40% more cost? I'm just throwing out a random number there. Don't correct me.
Don't add them.
Put 30 or 40 more percent of our cost into it and actually have something new that the fans will want more and will sell better and support doing this again next year. It's that kind of thing as much as anything else.
Depending on what their thoughts of how well Grand Max sells, we could potentially see this again in the future with another one, but you're still not really going to get a retail release.
So. Well, and not to leave out Metroplex, but we are getting Metroplex re-released also.
Yeah, a straight reissue.
Yeah.
Which
I would have preferred a
was,
Metro Titan, but
I think Metroplex may have also been limited to pre-order quantities, though. Probably. Like it's going through Takara Tomy Mall regardless. It's not general retail as far as I'm aware. There may be a Hasbro Asia quantity of those because a lot of the Takara Tomy Mall stuff does go to retail in Hasbro's Asia markets. But that's from a production batch that's already happening anyway. So they're just kind of taking advantage. The only other real venue for getting a Titan class redeco in our market would be through a convention.
Yeah.
San Diego, and I think even that's a long shot because every time they've done a Titan, it's just been a minor variant of what was going to retail anyway. Something where it can still share a lot of its production elements with the standard version. So the cost is less, so they don't have to produce as many of those convention exclusive versions. But like, if HasCon wanted to do something really big, they probably won't. But if they wanted to, that would be a thing for them, maybe. But I also think they'd have to produce so many Titan class redecos, even as an exclusive. It would either have to be really expensive, there'd have to be a ton of them, which probably wouldn't all sell, or both.
And that's why, honestly, if it was an SDC
Devastator.
If it was an SDC exclusive, it would end up being a HasCon exclusive anyways, because all the SDCCs ended up at HasCon. So there could be a way to potentially get it to maybe work, is if they continue to do that, where SDCC in the past, it's been mainly you sell them there and then it's online and then they're gone. Whereas they made, I'm pretty certain that they made more, or at least held some back, and they had it for 2 conventions worth, but they had it at SDCC and HasCon, and they sold out at both. So,
which was great because one was on the West Coast and one was on the East Coast. So I loved it because I was able to get some San Diego Comic-Con stuff that I wouldn't have been able to get.
Yep.
If they can plan ahead enough and have it work out where SCCC, their Cybertron Con in Hong Kong, I think it's in Hong Kong, like that, those two do New York Comic Con and HasCon and all offer that exclusive. You could possibly spread that out as a general convention season exclusive, which is kind of what they're rebranding the stuff as. It's not really an SDCC exclusive anymore. And even the SDCC exclusives were more characterized as Hasbro Toy Shop exclusives available at SDCC. But like, if you can spread that out and sell basically the identical product in each place, and with the global brand unification deal they're working on now, that's, I think, more of an approachable thing. Yeah, you might have something that could work. I think there would still be a larger quantity than you would expect of them to balance it out, and they would still be more expensive too. Do we have any news of stuff that's not Transformers to talk about?
Not too much.
There's Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, we can always touch on that real quick again.
Go Power Ranger.
I've been looking for Mattel stuff and I can't find anything.
Yeah, really? I haven't seen anything yet either. I've seen some things from the various smaller companies, but that's about it so far. I was
trying to find Mega Block stuff, but I can't find anything for that.
Yeah, hello.
It is possible because I think Mattel does kind of what Hasbro does and have the press all come at the same time.
Sure.
So it's
maybe
possible.
That hasn't happened yet.
So, yeah.
Jeez, Mattel, get with it. And I couldn't find any schedules for anything online, so who knows?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I don't know. I just think it looks really grim for Mattel that Hasbro has Power Rangers now on top of Transformers and My Little Pony. And Mattel had a pretty bad year.
I mean, it's not a terrible year. It's just they didn't do as great as Hasbro is what I would say.
Yeah.
I would say Mattel is a larger company than Hasbro, so
they don't have larger. They don't have larger properties other than Barbie, though. That's their only major one.
And now Hasbro has Power Rangers on top of Transformers and My Little Pony,
which I don't think is a bad thing for Mattel. I mean, it's not as good. It's a really bad thing for Bandai.
Well, yeah,
Bandai of America. Yeah.
Yeah, Bandai of America doesn't have a whole lot to fall back on.
What else do they do?
Ben 10.
Okay.
Sprue kits.
Oh yeah, that'll save them.
They have. Oh no, never mind. I almost said they have
Power Rangers.
Do they have any building block kits or no?
No.
Mega
So
Bloks is Mattel.
Yeah. Yeah, Bandai outsourced to Mattel to do both the building sets and their younger kids line with the Imaginext stuff, which all of that could potentially be going away too, because I would be surprised if Hasbro is going to want to continue sub-licensing to their, one main competitor.
Yeah.
They keep trying to buy.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing.
In that case, it could be a nice gesture. Like, we'll let you keep doing this, but we have to buy you at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point that we should talk about. Bandai had the regular toys, but Mattel had like the Fisher-Price stuff in the Power Rangers license. So, I mean, Hasbro's in a position to do everything because they have, Play School. Is that? No, Play School's Mattel. They have that.
Oh, Mattel.
What's that?
Fisher-Price is Mattel.
Oh yeah, Fisher. So Play School is Hasbro,
yeah, I think
right?
so.
Yeah, so they have Play School, so that line can, fill in for the stuff that Mattel was doing.
Yeah, it would slot right in with Rescue Bots, the Star Wars Galactic Heroes.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I remember that. No, I mean, but they can definitely slot that stuff right in there. The building block sets are going to be a problem because Hasbro does not have a Creo market in the U.S. anymore.
Although that can come back.
Oh, please no.
Nah.
We did see a new logo for Creo, correct?
Did we?
If anything, like, let's say Hasbro is willing to still sub-license some of the stuff out that they either can't or aren't really interested in doing in the U.S. themselves. Because, I mean, they're sub-licensing, so they will still get part of that money back from whatever the sales are from the other company. That's how this all works. That's the only reason to sub-license. They could tell Mattel, we'll let you keep doing, like, Mega Block stuff of this, but we want you to do it different. Like, we could actually get collector-grade Power Rangers stuff. Yeah. At least like a small selection of that. I think they would still want to keep, if they did this, they'd probably want to keep some focus on the younger kid level kits, but there would definitely be more potential for change in that than I think what Bandai's momentum is letting them keep doing. And to me, that's like a big issue. I think Bandai of America's had a lot of inertia in how they've dealt with Power Rangers over the last 5 to 6 years. They found a good pattern with Power Rangers Samurai. It sold well, and they kind of just kept with that and have not really tried to change it. And it's been getting a little worse every year. That's the really exciting part with Hasbro taking this on, because there's going to be what should be a completely fresh take on this, both in terms of how the toys are designed and the mentality of approaching putting the toy line together. It's going to be a really interesting thing to see next year, what actually shapes up out of Hasbro's participation in Power Rangers.
And if there's one thing we know Hasbro can do, it's transforming, combining giant robots.
Which is ideal. It makes Ghostbusters ideal for them.
Now, thanks to Blade Raider in the chat, I guess Mega Constructs was tweeting out some new Pokemon, Halo, and Destiny stuff yesterday. But I mean, Chris, you pick up some of the Halo things sometimes, don't you?
Occasionally, yeah. I tend to pick up more like the Call of Duty stuff because there's more variety in that.
I like the Halo line, but I don't collect it. I haven't collected it in years. I prefer Mattel's, like they do 6-inch Halo figures now that they gained that license finally. And so those are the ones I'm interested in, but there's still nothing about that.
Okay, looks like we're getting some stuff on Twitter.
That and DC Multiverse. Those are the two Mattel lines I actually care about. which are both basically just Marvel Legends of other properties, or Star Wars Black Series. Basically, they're the equivalent.
So what you're saying is you like Marvel Legends and Marvel Legends related products.
Yeah, I like Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series. I like 6-inch figures of properties I like, unless it's Transformers, in which case that'd just be weird.
Oh, well, in that case, you get the Authentics Bravo series.
Are those like the same size?
Well, they're bigger than the Alpha series. They're 6 or 7 inches. Something like that. So what do we have here?
Well, let's see. We have cups with G1 art on it.
Also blind bagged muscle style figures.
Muscle, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, under the name Keshi, which is the Japanese term for that kind of figure. Because muscle is the thing we got, but those were like incredibly popular with just about everything in Japan in the early 80s. Also looks like a couple of like large 12-inch vinyls with like transparency, so you can see the workings inside Optimus and Megatron's chests. And, just a bunch of interesting miscellaneous stuff mainly.
Huh.
Because Megatron is so well known for his chest window.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's Transformers the movie. We've seen his chest.
Have you... okay, so I just saw this. This actually came out like 3 days ago. But have you guys seen the Teen Titans Go like to the movies? The movie, how they're getting a movie, that cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
have you seen the movie poster for it?
I've seen the trailer, not the poster.
It's mocking the Justice League poster.
We'll put it in the chat so I can show it to everyone.
It's that they can't save the world at all. But it's like using all the logos that they did for the movie. It's great.
Okay.
I actually I don't watch that show very much, but I have seen a little bit of it, and they have a lot of fun making that show. I can tell they mock a lot of things. It's pretty funny.
I love that show, and Don probably hates me for it.
I know Don hates it.
Don hates it, but Don loved the previous Teen Titans, and he is that kind of fan.
Which so did I.
Pretty much like the way it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the previous show too, but I mean, if you think that this show is trying to be that show, you're kidding yourself. It's trying to make fun of everything, including itself. It specifically mocks that show and Young Justice, which I love. When is that show getting continued? I love that show. I know they finally announced they're doing a season 3.
Well,
they keep saying they're doing it. Yeah.
I was about to say, keep watching. Young Justice. I'm not sure. I think it's going like directly to Netflix.
Is it?
Or Hulu, maybe. Well, let's see. We can always use Google, which is, all the information the world has.
No, we can't possibly do fact checking on this live stream.
Never.
If you don't just naturally know the information you're talking about, just stop talking.
Why do you think I'm always so quiet? So, Lesser Z in the chat. Diecast, did you see any Funko stuff? Thundercats, horror figures, anything like that?
No, because I was only at the Hasbro event.
Yeah.
I wasn't at the full toy fair because Hasbro actually has their event off-site.
Oh.
So I wasn't actually at the Javits Center, which is where the rest of Toy Fair is.
How far are they from the Javits Center if they're doing it separately?
About
a train ride?
Not a train ride. I mean, it's a cab ride, I guess you could say. The Hasbro event was pretty close, maybe like 10 blocks away from Penn Station. So it was a pretty easy walk to it. And I know when I go to Javits Center, I can walk to the Javits Center from Penn Station, but it's pretty much, it would be a little bit longer of a walk from Javits to where the Hasbro event was.
Okay.
I mean, it's doable, but I would probably take a cab.
Yeah, I'm like
you wouldn't like periscope yourself making the journey on foot for the
I wouldn't need to walk to a train and catch a train and then wait for the hotel to tell me that they actually didn't have a shuttle set up.
Yeah, my Funko collecting is like 3 figures, so I don't think we're a big Funko contingent. Not that there's, I mean, the ones I got I like. Like I have a Orko coming from, you know, if Thunder Manus ever decides to ship, I've got like 8 things coming from BBTS. So
you're still waiting on that?
Yep, they keep pushing it back a month.
What was the news? Chris will probably know this. What was the news about the Masterpiece Prowl getting a cartoon re-release for the US?
Okay, so there's
it is.
There's MP17 Plus Prowl, which is going to be Takara Tomy Mall exclusive in Japan, as far as I can tell. And Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store both have pre-order pages for that up as a Hasbro product, coming out the same month.
Okay.
At comparable pricing. And when I say comparable pricing, the Japanese price is 8,500 yen, and that's between $80 and $90 on pre-order in the US. So it's priced according to how a US Masterpiece release would be priced.
Yeah. It actually looks pretty nice too. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
It does. I don't think I really realized previously how reduced the markings on Prowl were in the cartoon versus the toy.
Yeah.
For as much as I pay attention to Prowl in the cartoon, I guess.
He was on screen 3-4 times easily. Come on.
Yeah, he had lines sometimes. But mainly I just kind of noticed the absence on the MP17 Plus from not having all the extra markings on it. It looks a little bit empty.
Plain. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough shiny blue and silver paint on him for me.
I was going to say, boy, those windows are shiny blue.
I think the blue windows are nice. They kind of make it pop a little bit against the black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I need this Prowl if I have the original, though.
It comes with the shoulder rockets that were Amazon Japan exclusives originally too. So if you don't have that,
Prowl's animation model didn't have those, but you know.
Yeah, but you can, if you didn't get them with the original Prowl and you have the original Prowl, then you can put them on your toy-based one.
True.
Or your bootleg of the toy-based one that probably has them anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyone who's watching on like Twitch or Periscope, if you want to join the chat, you can go to tfradio.live or tfradio.net/live, and the YouTube chat is there. That's the one we usually watch. In case you're watching and wondering, hey, why can't I talk to anyone? That's how you do it.
And if no one's watching it, that's Eric's fault.
I just told Jarrett he was wrong about the Teen Titans Go being terrible, so I'm watching.
I'm not a fan.
Anyways, speaking of exclusives, what do you guys find it interesting that they said that there's still several Power of the Primes exclusives, but they didn't say there's more of regular Power of the Primes to be revealed? Like we know about Hotspot and then Cindershore and
all the regular
Outback
release stuff.
Well, we don't have an announcement for it because we don't have Hotspot, Cindershore, or Outback.
Inferno, not Hotspot.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, Inferno.
Yeah, but Inferno's a redeco of Hotspot, Outback's a redeco retool of Brawn, and Cindersore's a redeco of Slash. So, like, whether or not they might have samples they could show at Toy Fair, they probably figure it's better to focus more on the brand new stuff. Yeah.
Although I just find it interesting that they didn't say that we have more from the mainline to release. They said that you've seen pretty much most.
They did say there is a third wave of Legends. They just didn't say what it was.
I didn't hear that. I just heard them say that basically all they have left to reveal is exclusives.
The deluxes go to Wave 4. Everything else stops at Wave 3, but they did not specify what's in Wave 3.
Or Wave 4, to be honest. I don't think.
Well, they did. They showed Firestar.
They showed Novastar.
Yeah.
She is Wave 4.
Yeah.
Just like
with some
something.
Yeah, with some repacks.
Or no.
Everything else in Deluxe Wave 4 is repeat, and to our knowledge, there is no Wave 4 of anything else.
They said there was not a Wave 4 of anything else.
Yep.
That's insane.
Although I am curious what the exclusives could be. Like, are you guys thinking that maybe box
Repugnance?
No.
Like, I know there's those two, but like, do you guys think that it's possible box sets or something?
I don't think we're going to see a big box set this year.
I'm curious how we're going to get the last 3 Prime Masters though, because they said that it's specifically like the toy line, like a main
blast
part
off and Repugnance.
No, blast off has a repeat of Megatronus.
Yeah, it's clear plastic is what a lot of people are speculating, but it's still the same characters, so they're still free to go.
Don't get them.
They specifically said like at the beginning of the line that like one of the main points of it was to get toys of all 12 of the primes out. It'd be kind of sad if we got 9 and not all 12.
They're putting Onyx in with Predaking.
That's the 12th. They did say that.
Well, that's the 10th.
No, that's 9. That makes 9.
That makes 9.
They mentioned that is the 12th figure that they needed to get out. They put it in with Predaking.
Did anyone tell them they're wrong?
Well, that doesn't mean that the other 3, is it 3, aren't?
Yeah, there are 3 unaccounted for.
But they did say that that's the 12th that they needed to get in. So I do think we'll get all 12.
Yeah, so there's 3 unaccounted for. Maybe there's a 4th wave of Prime Masters, or maybe they'll show up with some of these other exclusives that we haven't heard about. So
most likely,
which we'll probably see from the Chinese jerk with the purple marker tomorrow.
Okay,
it's gonna be a Walgreens 3-pack of Titan.
Would not shock me.
Okay, so we know already that there is a retool of the Cloudburst armor. It was what they were going to use for Grand Max's Pretender shell, except they didn't make enough pre-orders.
Oh, it was a retool? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, there were some differences. It was retooled to be another one of the Autobot Pretender shells.
Wave Rider.
Nautilator or Wave
Rider?
Nautilator is a Seacon.
Right.
That nobody wants to combine with.
Yes.
So he takes out his aggression with violence, with gun violence.
Yes.
So we know that there is at least one more retooling for the Titan, the Prime Master Pretender shells, which means there's probably also 2 more of the. Which one did we figure out was a retool of Skullgrin? It was
it's the one Megatronus is, which is
Bombburst.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's already a retool of Skullgrin. So it's just a new front piece on the Skullgrin Pretender shell. So they just need to swap new front pieces onto 2 more, and like we'll be all set. It doesn't really matter what the inner robots are as long as they have the right Prime symbol on the back. It wouldn't be that hard for them to get the last 2 out as pack-ins with exclusives or as an exclusive of their own somehow.
I mean, Repugnance could have one because it doesn't have to have the shell either. So like how Predaking has one. Like Predaking has one, but it doesn't have a shell.
So. It's a matter that I think with Predaking it's kind of a matter of it probably wouldn't cost out well enough if they put a Titan Master, a Prime Master shell in with everything else that's trying to be at that price point.
Yeah, the massive $5. No, I'm kidding. I know.
Yeah.
So does anyone think we see the Seacons as an exclusive in this line, or maybe further on down the road? I know you said something on Twitter, Chris.
No way,
would be
but I
a
wish.
lot of exclusives.
I wish, but no
yeah,
way.
I guess that would technically be a box set, huh?
Maybe we'll see them on Cybertron in the next trilogy. I highly doubt it, but I feel like that's more likely than an exclusive now.
Yeah.
I don't care how much sense it doesn't make. I want my Seacons, whether it has to be War for Cybertron toys, as long as their combiner is compatible.
None of them necessarily look exactly like Earth creatures, so
yeah,
it could happen.
Although I'm curious if Monstructor will happen or not.
Hashtag give me my Seacons.
There you go. Start the hashtag.
I should never mind.
Hashtag Seacons, not Unicron.
Ooh, that's extreme.
Get Unicron made.
Hashtag get Seacons and Bisque made. Have Bisque join the Seacons. Who would he replace?
Bisque and Thermidor.
Actually, that'd be hilarious. Like, you know, the Alpha Bravo scenario. If they did that,
they could turn in. they could turn into giant pinchers for the Piranacon.
No, just replace Nodulator with Bisque, and it'll turn into a scissors weapon.
There you go.
Because nobody wants to interact with Nodulator anyway.
Boy, I remember there being a heck of a lot more news on the Sunday last year.
Seriously?
You may be misremembering.
Yeah, because last year I think we only
Mattel had stuff last year by this time. I know that because we did talk about some of it, and it was cool because I think that was the year that Mattel got the Halo license. Which I cared about.
And Bandai was there last year too.
Remember too, like Sunday is also partly a recap stream. It's a second chance for people who couldn't be here on Saturday to get to have a Toy Fair live stream viewing with us. So even if there's not a whole lot of new versus yesterday, we have, our 24 hours later interpretations of stuff. There's, a little bit added to talk about since we stopped streaming yesterday.
Oh, something else to put out there is that this was asked in the interview. I didn't know I was asked because I thought it was obvious to me, but I guess it's caused confusion among some people. But the movie Masterpiece and the studio series, one line's character choice does not influence the other.
They're independent as one would expect of Masterpiece versus a regular
Exactly.
line.
I was going to say, I was like, since when has Masterpiece ever interfered with Generations or anything? But that was a question. Yeah, it doesn't. They said that they're a lot more selective with their Masterpiece than studio series, obviously, because they get way less. But I do find it interesting that there's no barricade in the studio series yet, but there is one in movie Masterpiece. I don't know. I just find that
it might be coming later.
Well, they did just do barricade in Premiere.
Well, yes, but
Berserker in Premiere too.
Yeah,
I know it's a different character, but it's so visually similar.
So yeah, I was gonna say it's such a different. I'd say that Barricade looks more different than Last Night Barricade than Crowbar does.
Yeah, I was
Berserker.
thinking the same.
Yeah, exactly. So, but my guess is that I think they might hold him back to be around the Bumblebee wave. Maybe
that's entirely possible.
That's personal, just a personal guess, because I know that their rivalry is somewhat of a thing throughout the movies, even though they really only fought once. But they've been made out to be
in the Bumblebee movie, isn't he?
Not confirmed. I would think that'd be cool, but I don't think that's been said anywhere for sure.
Oh, okay.
But if so, that would explain why we haven't seen him in studio yet. He may have been one of the ones that was pushed back.
Yeah. Because I'd personally love to have a decent deluxe Barricade to scale with the 77 Chimera that they're doing with Bumblebee, because that is the one scene that they actually do fight. So that'd be cool. Also wondering if they do more Dinobots or if they were just stopping with Grimlock. In all honesty, I think Grimlock's the one that needed it the most.
Yeah, I can't really.
And they nailed him, at least to me. It is amazing.
Well, let's hope this isn't like last year where we were all fawning over leader class Megatron, and he's okay, but once people start getting him in hand, it's like,
His jet mode is beautiful. That's like the only Transformer I ever just keep it in its alt mode.
And now everyone loves the Voyager that was upscaled to become the
I
leader
have
class.
both. I had the regular Voyager and I have the the upscale's bigger than a leader class for sure.
That's true.
But I love him. He's great.
Oh yeah, me too. I have both. They're great.
If I see that Voyager on sale, not on scale, I'll pick him up. But
I would certainly, if you see him at all, definitely get him, whether he's on sale or not. Because I mean, Dawn even said that he was his toy of the year.
Yeah, but I think was he referring to that, or was he talking about Renosa? Because I think he likes.
No, he was talking about the regular Voyager.
Okay,
that's at least what he said for the recap of the year.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Because it's a really decent toy.
So I'm in an odd position this year in that I'm looking forward to a McFarlane toy.
Oh, what is this?
The Star Trek Discovery Phaser.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to block you.
I have not seen this. I need a link.
I'm not gonna bother looking at it.
Shut up.
Well, here's a link to a photo from Twitter of just the phaser.
That works.
Unfortunately, I don't have the tweet handy anymore to actually attribute it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a movie style?
No, that's from Star Trek Discovery.
It doesn't look bad, but that's probably because it doesn't have to do anything. and that's why McFarlane can make it look
Well,
good.
it doesn't have moving parts so much. It does have to do things.
Yeah, but I bet if you drop it, it'll break.
It has the removable Type 1 phaser on the top, and it also has an energy pack that drops out of the handle like an ammo clip.
Yeah, it doesn't have to move.
It's basically everything I've wanted in a single phaser toy forever.
Yes, and it looks like the energy pack lights up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, $35. I may try to do that if I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
At minimum, when that comes out, it's going on the Amazon wish list. I'll put it that way.
Well, I mean, it's due for summer, so it might be out in time for your birthday.
That could work.
Yeah. Or if you do it out of birthday money, it'd be even helpful if it came out a little bit after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, David Fake Eyes is at the DC Collectibles booth.
Okay, I'll bring him up on Twitter so I can be following that.
Yeah, the notable thing about the Discovery phaser design is it's a blend of the TOS Phaser 2 and the laser pistols from the original Star Trek pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So it's familiar from both sides. It's a really natural looking like transitional point between those two designs.
It's the Zaku Kai.
And it also just looks like it will be a fun toy.
Yes.
Which I find to be kind of important in my toys to, be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why
it's also a McFarlane toy, which means they'll probably disintegrate.
Yeah, I was gonna say you shouldn't ever buy a McFarlane action figure because.
Oh, I won't.
Yeah.
Although their football one is kind of nice because I got the Nick Foles football McFarlane.
Did you open it?
Yeah. He doesn't have many points of articulation though.
Yeah, so. I was gonna say, aren't the sports ones mostly static anyway?
Yeah, like pretty much.
The only thing McFarlane ever did that I saw that had like what I would consider even good articulation was the Halo line. And it
got bad. It wasn't. Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
And their quality was just terrible. Like I had them as like
which is probably why Mattel has the license.
That's exactly why Mattel has the license. I couldn't be more glad. Although I'm kind of disappointed that someone that's making actual like decent toys, like the McFarlane ones looked slightly better because of the paint jobs and stuff than the Mattel ones do. But the Mattel ones are far superior toys. So I'm kind of disappointed that that's what happened. Once I wasn't actually like I still like them and I get them and I want them because I still am interested in toys, but I'm not nearly as interested in playing with a bunch of Halo characters as I was years and years ago when I got the pieces of crap that McFarlane made and like broke half of them. It made me so angry. I was just, are you serious?
The genuine experience.
I am so disappointed that they're the ones with the Borderlands license.
I know, that's what I thought. I saw their stuff and I was like, wow, that really sucks that they have that license.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the Call of Duty 6-inch figures coming out, right?
I didn't even know the Call of Duty had 6-inch figures.
Well, McFarlane's going to be doing them.
So effectively, they don't.
Yeah, something I don't have to buy. Although I don't care for Call of Duty, I care for Halo. So.
Yeah, they also have Destiny, which I'm not going to be touching from them.
See, that's something
especially
that
when there's Mega Blocks.
I would consider Destiny, but again, yeah, if McFarlane has it, that it's practically dead to me as of right now.
Yeah,
I don't need to bother putting money into it.
I got a couple of their Assassin's Creed figures on clearance, and it's like the ways in which those try and fail to have articulation are actually amusing. I mean, you can put them in ridiculous stiff poses that no human being has ever occupied, particularly not in a game, not in a video game that is essentially about a lineage of murderous acrobats.
Yeah.
But just, that they look like they're doing some kind of interpretive dance because they've given them these ridiculous hips that don't, mess up the sculpt of the pants, but also do not do anything functionally useful.
Yep.
Speaking of which, welcome back, Jason.
Thank you. Wish I'd heard that sentence before that, I bet.
Oh, you'll just have to play back to stream and you'll get it.
So let's see, that's at 2:08 Eastern.
Oh, but I'm just curious. What are all of your guys' favorite reveal from?
Oh, that's a good question.
From yesterday.
Power Rangers, Beast
Power
Morphers.
Rangers.
Well, okay. Let's say from Transformers, because I know if we don't say that, it's literally all going to be the same thing.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Movie or
I
studio series Grimlock.
I like the way Predaking looks. For the most part.
I think probably of the Transformers I saw, which were in some way new. Yeah, probably Studio Series Grimlock is the nicest looking thing.
Mm-hmm. I would say Studio Series. I would say as a whole, just for me personally, because that makes me really happy, especially since they're doing a decent job so far. It looks like. But if I had to pick one, I might. It's tough. I really like the Megatron, the Voyager. Like, because I was looking at, not a lot of people were looking at that, but it's insanely screen accurate, like in both modes, like, which it doesn't look like it transforms in its robot mode. So I'm kind of curious to see how that actually works. But I'd probably say the biggest surprise was Grimlock or Lockdown. Although whenever I saw a shot of Lockdown's back, I understand how Lockdown works now. He has a large backpack. He doesn't look bad or anything, but it's hard to do that with the design, do anything other than a lot of car parts just go on his back because he doesn't use them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that maybe not exactly what we wanted, we did get more, hey, we can now order this now with the 4 movie deluxes. So, maybe not
exactly what I wanted.
Maybe not what we all wanted. Like, if we could have ordered Repugnance or Blastoff right away, that would have been great.
Yeah.
More Repugnance probably than Blastoff.
I would have appreciated that.
Yeah. But that's twice in a row now. Hopefully that's a trend that continues.
I think it is, and I think that they really, while it's not the figures that everyone wanted for sure, I think they did up it with the fact that it's an entire wave's worth. Well, entire deluxe wave's worth, whereas in the past it's just been one special edition deluxe at a time. This time it was you can buy 4 toys at once. So I'm curious to see if they take that approach again or not, or I don't know.
They did that with Star Wars last year. It was a full wave that you could buy.
Yeah, they did the vintage series.
So this year it was Transformers, and
next year it'll be Power Rangers.
Next year it'll be Power Rangers. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't.
No, actually, that would make a lot of sense if during Toy Fair they debut the first assortment of their collector-oriented line that they'll probably have, their Power Rangers Black series or Red series or Green series or Pink series, and
I hope.
Yeah, that'll just be available to order that day on Hasbro Toy Shop. That'll be like the debut of the Hasbro Power Rangers line.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense.
April is when they officially get the right.
So, well, they're calling it Spring 2019, but traditionally in Power Rangers, the spring assortment is what is available at the start of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that may function differently under Hasbro. I'm fully acknowledging that because this is also like Bandai America logic that worked on, where there's mainly a spring and fall major assortment refresh. But presumably, stuff they're calling Spring 2019 will be available closer to the start of the year, just like Transformers are.
Nickelodeon does tend to launch their Power Rangers series, end of January, beginning of February. So that would actually be really good timing for a toy release.
Yeah.
Update, HasLab, there are 862 people already backing the 4-foot Jabba skiff, which...
Near 20%.
So only... 4,038 more to go?
Yeah. In all fairness, that's a lot for just one day. It's less. Yeah. That's like 24 hours, essentially. So that's not bad.
Something people all doing...
Wait, did you say 100? How many people did you say are already banging it?
862.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, I would say that's not enough because you think most of the fans.
What's the deadline on that though? Like, how much time are they allotting?
45 days total, so 44 more to go.
I don't know about that.
Well, here's the thing.
Although, in all fairness, you might want to take more than 24 hours to consider buying a $500 toy.
Sure, but one of the most important...
You're not a very good toy collector, Eric.
One of the most important things with
fan, Eric.
if you listen to any crowdfunding, the first 24 hours is the most important. Like if you don't have almost 50% of your crowdfunding in the first 24 hours, you're in for a pretty long road. So
yeah.
Okay. Let me do the math on this. 860 out of 5,000. Carry the 2.
You always carry the 2.
I don't think they've quite made. I don't think they've quite made that 50% yet.
No, I don't think they have either. Even if you carry the 3, I don't think they did.
No, if you carry the 3, you end up dividing by 0, and then bad things start happening.
Yeah, you really want that first 20. You want that push out of the gate to really, get you going.
Yeah, you want at least 2,500 by the end of the second day.
Yeah,
Oh, they're not going to do that.
No. We'll remember we'll try to check it again at the end of the stream. When Don comes on at 3, we'll have him guess how many people he thinks have already had pledged for it.
Yes, that sounds like a good game.
I'm almost willing to bet that there are some Star Wars fans that were just like, that's way too big.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, because you have the will does not mean you have the space.
Yes. I mean, look, I would not be able to fit it anywhere.
Yes, and you have a whole basement to devote to this task. Like, think of someone like me who has a 9-foot by 10-foot room for all of his stuff.
I mean, I didn't really have room for the TIE Fighter, but I bought that, so...
Yeah, I bought it. Use the TIE Fighter as an end table when you're not playing with it, so it has other functions.
You're right.
I bought the TIE Fighter, and I regret it. I should have never
So
I
guess I guess the chances of getting a HasLab new G.I. Joe USS flag are pretty slim at this point.
Probably.
See, it already was pretty slim when it had the word G.I. Joe in it, even before the HasLab didn't succeed. I'm just saying.
So, we're making jokes about how they haven't even managed to, like they're only up to 800 pledges on the sail barge thing. But that also means they've already got over $430,000 lined up in 24 hours. By any Kickstarter metric, that would be amazing performance. It's just most Kickstarters are not trying to raise 2.5 million.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So, functions of scale apply here, but a lot of money has already been thrown at this.
I'm curious if they will settle for a lower number or not. I know they obviously would not say they would beforehand, but if they got kind of close and then it ended, if they would either give it an extension or if they would
I don't know if they would give it an extension because probably part of their timetable has to do with pre-plotting the factory availability.
Yeah.
We get this locked in at this point. We know that the factory will have an opening this many months down the road, and we can finalize the design and stuff in that space of time and actually get this going for release at our target point.
I don't understand why they needed to do such a big thing, though. Why couldn't they have done, literally a General Grievous or something?
I think it would have been better to start with something smaller.
Hey, here's a $30 deluxe, because they've been talking about doing that, which I don't know if it was 25 or 30, the price point they were talking about, but a deluxe Star Wars where it would be a bigger character or someone that had a lot more parts, like a General Grievous, or I think they said Saw Gerrera was one, just because he's actually pretty massive in Rogue One. He's in a lot of stuff though, but I think
though, compared to the stuff they can generally put out to retail, they needed to do something that exceeded that, because this is also being their proof of concept for the kind of thing HasLab can deliver.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in all fairness, they've already shown that it can get a lot of money. So
yeah, they have 45 days. They've already raised almost $500,000.
That's impressive.
Yeah, they can probably make it. It's just not going to be a fast, hot build-up.
Yeah.
It'll be a slow burn, but they very well may make it. And if they don't, then either we'll never hear about HasLab again, or Take-Two will
try
be
something much smaller.
Modest.
Oh, look, Jay Zachary in the chat. He said that he's in for the barge, but he hasn't pledged yet, so they already have another $500.
All right.
And, that's probably also where a lot of people are at. They're going to take some of this 45 days and start socking away that money a little bit, putting it aside so that they can securely pledge that money. They just can't commit to it immediately.
That's like I said, I'm just saying within 24 hours of finding that, hey, there's this $500 toy that you can buy, that you might want to consider it for a little longer. Just saying. Or plot out.
But I mean, I'm thinking of the Jay Zachary principle here, where you already know you're in on this. It's just a matter of
Well, I know. I'm not even just talking about like, do I want this or not, but also how am I going to get this? Like, because it's not necessarily like, oh, here's $500 right now, take my money. Like, you might kind of screw yourself over.
Not everybody can do that. Yeah,
exactly. So. Yeah, Diecast can. Diecast, did you buy 3 yet?
Diecast is waiting for it to come out on Taobao.
I can't fit it anywhere.
Diecast is waiting for the Springer HasLab, the Masterpiece Springer.
Yes, yes.
What if they did a Masterpiece I don't know.
Like they could start looking at some stuff that might not be a big seller to the Japanese market, but that there would be interest for here. Get some of the bigger Masterpiece stuff in the works that way.
Risk.
No.
No. Absolutely not. Ooh, Paladin saying a Omega Supreme through HasLab.
Yeah, I think those are the things we were pitching yesterday.
I think that's pretty likely to get a Titan, though. I mean, we have a Devastator, so I don't.
Yeah, but we
also have a Fortress Maximus. I know. Sign a damn Scorponok.
Titan class Omega could still be a HasLab thing. I mean.
I know, but
I would think Scorponok would be a good one if they're getting away from the ecosystem. That way they could still make it a Headmaster.
I agree. I think that'd probably be the better one to submit, because that one's kind of getting past the prime time period to do so.
Prime? Just because they're not going with a dedicated ecosystem moving forward doesn't mean that
there will be no compatibility in the future. Yeah. But it would probably be more likely to get if we went this route with it, I would think.
Yeah.
Ed F is saying that they could do the Arc. So I'm curious. I think he means as a playset. I would like that a lot. I think that'd be really cool.
I would definitely be interested in it, depending on its price.
Yeah.
Mock Tackle has a much better.
Yes, he does.
Stream Cheat 2, much bigger cat.
Yes.
Nice.
And they all get sent to Dawn.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like you get this toy. It's just you're donating it to a better cause.
And then they can do a Massey recolor.
You would have to do like a pool internally to make sure that Dawn's name was the first one with the pledge.
Right.
That would be his birthday gift for whatever year that comes out.
Okay, so I just tweeted on Twitter at Diecast2. Please share Get Unicron Made with a photo of Unicron from the 19.
You put it on your own personal Twitter, because if it was on the RFC one, I'd go delete it.
No, I'm going to share it with the RFC Twitter.
Also, I want to recommend that you, like, if you do that, put the Transformers hashtag with it too, just because they're more likely to see it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So?
Well, I'll just redo it. God damn
it. I mean, I was just going to quote it and put Transformers, but...
Okay, that works too.
Okay, that's a bizarre new Power Rangers product.
Oh?
Yes.
Do share.
Little wooden models of the Dragonzord and Tyrannozord.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep.
Collectible wood art. Okay.
Presumably not transformable, possibly articulated, depending on how you attach the limbs.
Wait, I thought you meant they were like wood prototypes.
No,
they're just wood.
Yeah,
they are wood.
What?
Who's got wood?
Huh? Power Rangers.
The Dragonzord.
The Dragonzord has wood?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not the morning though.
Oh, geez. Is there?
It can happen any time of day, Eric.
Where can I find the pic?
All right, I retweeted it for all you people. I'm going to delete the other one, that way it doesn't cause confusion.
Thank you.
They don't at least in the tweet I'm looking at, they don't have a model of the T-Rex Zord up yet. There's just like 2 copies of the dragons. Yeah. One painted, not.
I imagine that took a lot of painting, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to paint that. I don't want to build that either.
As I say, I don't want to paint or build that, so easy pass.
So yeah, I wonder who do you think who are they targeting with this?
Oh, that's the one thing I wanted to mention about the stickers for Hasbro that I didn't get to mention. I don't mind doing 3 or 4 stickers if it makes sense to put them on myself. But when I get something like Trypticon, I'm like, wow, this is a real task.
I don't think that's avoidable with the Titan class, though.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying how I feel about stickers is I still haven't done Trypticon yet because it's just...
Neither did I, but he doesn't need it. Like, out of all the Titans, I think he needs it the least.
Yeah.
But,
I agree with that.
Did Devastator have them? He did, right? Maybe, did he? I can't remember now.
Do what?
Did Devastator have a sticker sheet?
Well, there was that's Grand Max's. There was Hasbro Asia released a Constructicon sticker sheet.
Oh yeah.
But I don't believe Devastator itself came with one. There were stickers applied to the SDCC one, I know, because I have that one.
But Devastator himself, like the retail, he didn't come with a sticker sheet. Huh. I don't know. I just realized that's kind of interesting. He's the only one. I'm curious if Predaking will or not. I'm guessing not.
I don't think he will.
Correct us on that.
I don't think Predaking will from looking at the proto photos.
Hey, everyone, go retweet Matt Melvar's tweet. More than you should retweet Diecast.
Oh, no.
Hashtag wars.
We've reached the hashtag wars.
Hey, maybe they'll actually have people engaging with Transformers hashtags for the fan vote.
That won't happen. It
just will not be. They just won't be voting for the things they're supposed to.
Yeah,
Matt, you're.
Okay, I contributed.
Couldn't help myself. Sorry.
I used to call Matt my friend.
That was your first mistake.
I've added another one to the chain.
Ooh. Oh.
What, the no Unicron?
Yeah.
No.
After that.
Chain. Oh, there's another one. I'm in full support of this one.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a popular hashtag. Let's see. Chat, what's going on?
Oh, I like how they specifically said for the fan vote in the interview that they chose 3 characters that they know people would really want and 3 characters that they know people really wouldn't want, and then put them together in pairs. So there was one you'd want and one you wouldn't.
Yeah, they chose Spinister, Needle Nose, and Impactor, characters that people would really want.
Yep.
And paired them with 84, 85 cars.
Yeah.
Wheeljack, people they thought they could sell.
And Tracks.
Or, pair them with people
so Soundjack 426 says that the regular version of Devastator definitely had a sticker sheet.
Okay.
Really?
Really?
Huh. I did not know. I mean, I believe it. I just really do not remember where I applied the stickers. I mean, other than... Nah, I don't even remember any.
I would have stickered mine. I don't think it came with the sticker sheet.
I don't know. I feel like he's...
I'm looking at him and I'm like, he doesn't...
I
don't look like he had stickers.
I'm really questioning this Titan class Devastator, because I feel like if he had some of them would have to be on the big giant purple fin on his chest, right?
Well, okay, so like Metroplex had a sticker sheet, Fortress Maximus had a sticker sheet, Like, there's no reason to think Devastator would be the one that didn't in between those.
He's the combiner, though, who has individual... I don't know. Let's see.
Of course, General Techno's saying he doesn't remember applying or seeing a sticker sheet.
Yeah.
I think he's wrong. I'm looking at it, and there's nowhere on here where there's clear stickers to me. Everything looks like tampos or paint. Like, I don't see much.
By the way, Chris, that pizza looks delicious on your Twitter.
Yeah, it's just Pizza Hut.
Radio Free Cybertron in the chat says he never applied stickers.
That's not a surprise, even if there would be stickers, though.
If he applied stickers, he would just break the toy.
Yeah, he just said, I don't apply stickers, period. Yep.
No, but
although if the toy was broken, he could use the stickers to tape it back together.
Wait, why is he here? I thought he was supposed to be taken off.
Yeah, he's supposed to be at the Wizard of Oz.
He can still enjoy the stream.
What?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
This is his day to relax. He worked hard yesterday.
You should take a break
we didn't
from
even
this.
mention his name, and he still showed up. That's
Brian,
unusual.
go to the Wizard of Oz. Go away. We don't want you here.
Follow the yellow brick
Wizard of
road.
Oz.
I like how Jason's the only one who's like, leave him alone. He could stay, and everyone's like, just no, get him out.
We don't work well under scrutiny, which is why we're on a live stream in front of tens of people.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, make sure you retweet the Get Unicron made.
No.
Actually, he retweeted mine.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah,
He does like
also,
pecans.
also, mine got retweeted, so.
Also, in all fairness, we're kind of streaming in a different way this time, so I'm sure Brian just wants to make sure it's actually working right, which is cool, because I'd like to know if it's not.
No, it's not cool. Mine
He is a control freak.
If it doesn't work right, he'll have Don yell at you.
Also, he said they're going to the next showing of the Wizard of Oz, so I guess he's got some free time.
Oh no, he's bored. He just said he's bored. We love you, Brian.
And
well, I do. These guys
the Wizard of
don't.
Oz at home.
Yeah, just it's not Netflix or something.
Why would you watch it at home?
When do you get to go to a movie theater and see the Wizard of Oz on a movie screen?
Yeah, and pay for it. Why would you want to watch it for free at your house when you can just go and pay for it? Yeah. It's like diecast. Why would you buy the remold of the toy that you know you don't like with Bumblebee? When you know, exactly. Why would you not buy it when you know that you could pay money for it and so? He has a movie pass.
Okay, you have the Blu-ray at home, and you also have a projector at home.
He just said he has a movie pass too, so that's actually
perfect happy day concept there. You have your own theater screening of the Wizard of Oz in your backyard with your bed sheet and your projector.
Yep. Oh crap! I have the soundboard up.
Oh, okay. So Soundjack's saying that most of the stickers were yellow and black hazard stripes. That kind of sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, I think that may have been a Hasbro Asia thing.
I don't know. That sounds. I can't see them anywhere on the toy.
If that's the case, the SDCC one came with those pre-applied because that's most of the stickering it has.
Yeah.
Okay.
As well as its needless chrome.
No matter what, though, it was definitely like a way smaller sheet. I'm almost certain. There's no way it was as big as the Fort Max and the Triptychon and the Metroplex. Like, those have tons. This one did not. I am almost certain.
That has a look on his face, and I'm concerned.
If there were only a couple stickers for Devastator, I would have stickered him right away.
I don't know. It sounds familiar though with the black and yellow stripes. Like, I think I can remember. This is really bothering me, and I don't have my Devastator at Purdue to check.
Here, this will make you feel better, Eric. Ready?
Matt has his right next to him.
Yeah, he's right there.
Toy Fair,
show him to us.
Toy Fair 2018, the year that we obsessed over whether Devastator had stickers or not.
Yep.
Well, Jason, you should just find the picture of the fat bald man in front of Devastator and just put that up for the remainder of the show.
Yeah, really.
Iconic.
It really
Those
is.
stickers.
Could be him. Is it sad that image actually is like iconic to me? Like, when I think of Devastator, I think of that picture.
Oh, everyone will always think of that picture.
Like, I think of that picture.
Hasbro
I don't think of the
exclusive.
toys I can go pick up. Really?
Yes, I
thank
wrote
you,
the
Rob.
story.
You put.
Oh yeah, that's that is literally the sticker sheet I just held up in front of the camera.
Rob, how come it took you this long to remember the story?
Oh, yeah, they did that with a bunch of
Because I had to
Combiner
Google
Wars
it.
sets.
And like 2 waves worth of Titans Return too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there was not a sticker sheet with Devastator.
Correct.
I got that one when I ordered Overlord from Robot Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got Aerial Bot stickers and Stunnicon stickers and something else, I think, too. I never applied any of them, but I have them.
Were they any better quality than what we're getting now?
I don't know, I never applied them, obviously.
I mean, they look about the same as what we got with Trypticon sheet, I think.
It looks pretty good stickered up.
Wait, sorry. Which sheet are you talking about? I totally just blanked out for a second. Not the trip.
Well,
not
these
the
don't look like they're foil, so by definition they're better.
Oh, yeah.
But
Wait.
it's all just like superfluous detailing stuff that I don't think the toys need to have anyway. So
Were Trypticons foil?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Oh, I'm okay with the fact I didn't apply them.
yeah, no kidding.
And half the time they're not cut right. And
Yeah, that's
Really, I've never had that problem with my Titan class stickers. That's interesting.
I
don't
had
know.
that problem with Trypticon on the first one I had. The second Trypticon I haven't applied the
I mean,
sticker.
What did you do with that first Trypticon, by the way? Like, do you just have that sitting around or what?
No, I shipped it back to Amazon.
Okay.
Any kind of mass production sticker process, you're going to have cases where the stickers are not cut quite right because it doesn't line up in the die correctly. But that seems like something that happens more frequently with the current staple of Transformers stickers.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're pretty past stickers.
Even the factory applied ones, I've seen a lot of people's pictures of like really misaligned Autobot symbols, like where there's white border all on one side and none
Yeah.
on the other,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Let's see.
Yeah,
Wow,
so there's
it
a
took-
lull where... Eric, you always interrupt me when I talk.
Yeah, it's on purpose. No.
You are, of course, watching the second day of the Toy Fair 2018 live stream. If you're on Twitch or Periscope, we're chatting along with on the YouTube, so tfradio.net/live will take you right to that. Join in the fun. Talk at us.
General Techno said it took him a whole day to apply the Repro Labels Trypticon stickers.
Oh, it'll at least take several hours. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's basically how I go. Anytime and that's with less stickers for whatchamacallit, the Titan classes. Like I know Repro Labels, they do more, right?
More
Then
what?
They do
Oh, no,
more
there's-
stickers.
I just
exactly,
held up
way
3
more.
sheets.
Yeah, so I say, you think I'm paying attention to you? No, but
not.
if someone else had said it, then yeah, I would have caught it. But like it already takes me long enough to just apply the regular big sheet of stickers that comes with the Titan, let alone an extra 2 that come with it. So yeah, that's kind of why I just haven't done Trypticon yet, because it doesn't bother me enough.
Paladin tweeted one of Dengeki Hobby's pictures from Wonderfest where it's like, here's all of our movie The Best stuff, which was on the shelf right next to the Studio Series toys. And it's like, what's the point anymore?
I mean, nicer paint jobs, but that's about it. Well, for some of them.
Okay, but like, Movie The Best is releasing Jazz and Lockdown based on their original toys.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. That Lockdown's a joke. Wait, they're doing Jazz? I didn't know that. In the movie The Best? Why?
Yeah.
That toy's not good. That toy's really not good. Like, and I loved, like, Jazz is like my favorite, like as a kid, because that was my G1. Like that Jazz is my favorite, and I always thought the toy looked like just a chubby little thing.
Well, they're also doing a movie The Best of the Wave 3 Premiere Edition Bumblebee, but with a hammer.
Yeah, I know. I kind of want to buy that just because I don't have the that mold yet, and I haven't been able to find it, and I kind of want the hammer. So I'm curious how much that is.
Probably $4,000.
Dollars.
That's usual deluxe pricing for Takara Tomy.
RFC. What? Hey, Diecast, whatever link you tweeted in the whatever link you put in the chat, it's saying it doesn't exist. Maybe it's just for me, but
Because you gotta You got to put some kind of text in front of it.
I have pinned the tweet hashtag #CCons before Unicron on my Twitter account, so it's the first thing people will see if they look at my profile.
I have never pinned a tweet. I need to do that someday.
Really?
Neither had I.
I had one pin for a long time, but it was basically my bio, so I finally switched. Mine's just a dumb video right now. Oh, it's so funny. It's a pug and pizza.
That worked, Diecast. Good job.
Cool.
Third time's a charm.
Okay,
right?
Okay, so one of you who has mod controls in the chat, go delete Diecast message now.
I will.
Now that you made the link work.
I was like, oh crap, who's doing what? Oh.
Oh, I can't.
I know, that's what I thought at first. I was like, crap, do we have to do something now?
How do I delete it?
You can't. I might not be able to.
You can't actually. Yeah, it just says
highlight it and check the right-hand side and see if an X shows up. Like check the right. Yeah, there should be a drop down that appears by the.
Oh, I
tweet.
see it.
It says
Yeah,
go
I
to
see it.
channel and report. It doesn't say delete for me.
Well, he can delete his, but
Remove.
we can't delete other mods, Eric.
Oh, we can't. I was gonna say it's mod. Yeah, that's totally why. I was
Yeah.
gonna say weird. Why can't I?
We're learning all kinds of things today.
The day of learning.
See,
This is the live
I'm-
stream of learning. Useless
Yeah.
information, but still, it's learning. We're doing something.
Yes.
I will agree that this is the live stream of useless information.
Yes.
Fitting, I'm
Sounds-
hosting it.
It's in charge of it now.
Or streaming it, I should say.
Let's see. Pacific Rim 2.
Mm.
Are there any toys for that? Like,
Diamond Select's doing some, and I think Bandai's doing some, so kind of.
Someone wanted the link for the CCons, and I said no. Sorry, Blade Raider.
Jason, you should give them. You should give them a link to the.
Yeah, you can give him a link.
Yeah, that
Kingdom
would
Hearts
require me
mini
to go-
mates, and damn it, I do not want a Tronified Donald Duck mini mate, but I may have to get it just to get Tron.
Hmm.
I'm not aware of any theme
Huh.
music for CCons
And
or
Sora-
Unicron.
And Sora comes with a light cycle. Damn it.
Oh, we have a question from the chat. Radio Free Cybertron. Everybody, what is the worst Transformers toy ever?
Bisk.
Blaze Master.
I knew you were gonna say that. Well, not Jason, not you. What did you say?
Blaze Master.
What is that?
The worst Transformers toy ever.
Oh, thanks.
Was that a movie toy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Fallen Helicopter.
Hey, Mickey set that one on fire long before you set Kronos on fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Back when it was still an original concept.
Is there video of it?
No.
Oh,
There's a photo, but I don't know where it is.
sure that
anymore.
makes it more special, but
I'm
Well,
sure
it
Don would answer Supreme Cheetor.
He absolutely would answer
Yeah, he
that.
absolutely would.
yeah, but his answer doesn't count because one, he's not here and he's wrong.
Yeah.
Can someone
Okay.
tell Melvar one of his replies got deleted?
What's
Huh?
up?
That's what Jared Hebert just said in the chat.
Okay, well.
Good.
Oh boy.
He deserved it.
So I found a picture of a Blaze Master. Oh boy.
He doesn't look. I don't know. He doesn't look good, but I don't think he looks like the worst thing ever.
I mean, the helicopter looks okay, but oh my
The
god.
helicopter looks okay.
Did you put the link in the chat? Or
No.
You can
Hey.
just Google Revenge of the Fallen Blaze Master and it pops up.
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you guys the X stream or X split, so you can see what I'm seeing.
Okay, it looks much worse than that picture that you have there. Yeah, the ones I was looking at made it look slightly better. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And actually, the photo on the wiki is unfairly flattering to it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I
own it?
can't actually think of the worst Transformer.
I did the best trolling with Blaze Master though, because like, hey Mickey sent in a lot of those Supercharger holidays or whatever. The Hasbro was doing giveaways for a lot of their unsold back stock. You just like sent in UPC codes or something, and they would send you back random toys they have. And he ended up with a bunch of Blaze Masters, and he gave me one because he wanted me to review it and explain why it was such a terrible toy. So as soon as I received the package from him, I immediately went on Twitter and said, "Wow, this Blaze Master toy, it's great." And made him very mad.
Oh, apparently there's been a Rodimus Uchronus sighting around me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, not getting them, but the deluxes could be on the way.
Oh, that's cool. This Stretch Armstrong that I got in my Hasbro pack, the package you can actually, it has a slit down.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah, that packaging isn't going to get destroyed in the stores. Not at all.
Okay, it's creative.
It can fold all the way back.
Also, I like that Hasbro's being health conscious and providing these little things full of industrial grade corn syrup in much smaller packages now.
Yeah. Fake Eyes has more pictures of the Ghostbusters, Rob.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. This is the real Ghostbusters figures do reuse movie Ghostbusters bodies, which wouldn't be my first choice, but more importantly, they do actually have an animation accurate proton pack, which is probably the first time that they have ever had one. So that part looks pretty nice.
Hey, Jason, Mighty Mugs. I got two of them. I got Yoda and I got Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange looks good too.
And the new model ones are actually kind of neat.
Here's Doctor Strange, and I think he looks great.
And you don't want one of those, right, Diecast? Like, you're not keeping those.
Thank you, Mock Tackle.
All right, who do I have to ban from the chat?
Okay, I can
Check
tell.
Twitter.
Yep, I can tell why the Ghost Trap is animation accurate too, because the foot pedal is drastically different. So
nice. By the way, that Slimer looks awesome. I want that.
Yeah,
that's some fast work, Mock Tackle.
Yeah. And also, I mentioned, I think I mentioned this to somebody last night. I really love that these figures have proton streams that actually match the colors that the original Kenner figures had.
Nice. See, I agree with Brian. The face sculpts are a little off, especially Ray. Ray looks, and Peter looks a little off too. Egon looks mad. I don't know why.
Yeah, they almost look like they might be. There was like one very much more detailed promotional painting they did for Real Ghostbusters that it almost looks like they went with that because it would match the level of detail on these body sculpts a little bit more. Because let me see if I can find that.
So Brian just said Arachnid. I'm assuming that's for the worst Transformers ever.
Probably. That's another bad helicopter.
Oh, they also said, "What's the worst Titans Return figure?" Stripes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really an argument. Don't try to argue. I know you like to, but that doesn't.
Now the movie Ghostbusters, those look good.
Yeah.
Vigo. Especially Ray as Vigo. That's freaking awesome.
DK Rattrap 1 says highbrow, and I'm not going to completely disagree with that.
It's not the worst. It is not.
It was very disappointing.
That's not the same as the worst, though.
Oh, I don't think you can really say that for sure, because what qualifies it as the worst? If it's the one I'm most disappointed in, that could easily be the worst.
But it's not the worst toy. You can have expectations for a toy, and it's still a better toy than something else that's a piece of garbage, but you're more let down by it. But that still means it's a better toy.
In your definition.
Well, my definition's right.
Jason, how much trouble would it be to hang up on Eric right now?
It would screw up some alignment, yeah. Oh. But you know what? We're not on us, so bye, Eric.
All right.
Which is funny because I was just about to tell him there's Venom and Carnage minifigs.
For what?
So Paladin submits that Trypticon is the worst Titans Return toy.
What?
Well,
he has a winky face. He's kidding.
Also, if you got one with a bad leg, I can see that.
Oh, hey, Blade Raider made the point that at least Stripes is orange. So I guess, Chris, your least favorite could be Ravage then.
I think Ravage wears it better,
not great.
Yeah. Well, Fake Eyes is getting ready to head to Mattel now, so hopefully we'll see some interesting things.
Yes, perhaps we should hold out for that then.
Carnage. Oh man, those minifigures do look good. The Carnage and stuff.
So Paladin thinks the best Titans Return toy is Trigger Happy. I'm thinking more Topspin.
It's close.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, I would go Trigger Happy over Topspin, but it's A and B right there.
So Trigger Happy's got a more clever trick in how it transforms, but I think Topspin kind of manages to be a little bit more of a solid thing in both modes and still has a fairly comparable engineering trick to it.
And he's a bit bigger, which is just nice.
I mean, that's not so much of a consideration for me. I
added in a little bit, but
Topspin is a more balanced whole as far as goes like a solid figure. It does everything it's doing pretty well.
I think I like Trigger Happy because it has so many just gun barrels in its
I mean, that is fun. Yes.
Yeah, like I think that just adds a bit. I don't know though. It's really hard for me to make that call, so I just won't.
No, I mean the two of them are really, really close. Yeah, Grotesque was good too. Rob Milton.
He was good. I wouldn't say that he was the.
Yeah. I mean, when he got a whole one, he was great.
Yeah.
Do you finally have
yours was whole? It was just missing a claw. That's not
great.
Rob was missing a head.
That's worse.
Yeah, significantly.
No.
You can just go buy a new one.
Yeah, being missing the head's better because that's an easier replacement.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and it also gives you a place to put Sporplenock, so.
So we should have Mattel stuff coming up soon if David Fake Eyes Twitter is any indication.
Well, he just tweeted a picture of himself outside the Mattel pavilion door.
There you go.
Oh, Don's here, so.
Oh, well,
I'll end the stream.
Okay, now remember, when he comes on, we got to ask him our special question. We got to
quiz him. What was
him.
the special question again?
Oh, yeah. How many people does he think have pledged for the Sail Barge?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to ask him if he's ready on it.
No one. We have to just tell him like if he's warm or cold, like hot or cold. You can't tell him until he gets to the number. We have to kill time somehow.
We also have to ask him if
he's going
to see the worst Transformer.
Oh, who's the better repaint, Croc or Quake? This is tough for me.
Croc.
Yeah,
those
Croc,
colors, man.
I like Croc's colors better, but in terms of like which toy, I still probably like Croc better only because the colors are just so freaking perfect. Quake is really good though.
Yeah, the more
Quake works way better than I expected.
The more I see Quake, the more I like him. But no, Croc was the instant buy.
I feel like Quake is like the better. Well, he is probably the better. He's definitely the better toy. I would say for me,
but not the better repaint.
But yeah, the repaint. It's Croc. Croc is just so perfect. I don't think you can get better than Croc. Oh, except the only paint job that is better than Croc is Full Tilt. Just purple. You don't need any. You don't need anything else.
I am a fan of the purple, but a little bit of detailing would have been nice.
No, it's perfect the way it is.
Okay, Don, quick. How many people do you think have pre-ordered the Jabba Sail Barge so far?
The $500 one.
The HasLab thing.
Okay, how many was needed? 1,000?
5,000.
5,000 were needed. How many do you think they've got?
Within 24 hours.
I'm going to say it's going to be over 5,000 because you used were needed, not are needed. So they've already hit the threshold.
No, you can guess again. It's not that much.
Very, very
it's
cold.
Not that much.
Okay, all right. 2,300.
Cold.
2,100.
Cold.
Getting warmer.
Slightly.
Very cold.
Okay. 1,500.
Still cold.
Still cold.
But getting warmer.
1,000.
pretty
still
warmer.
still pretty cold.
Warmer.
Well, I don't know. We mentioned it on the stream, so maybe it's more now.
Yeah, you should go check that, Jason,
Right.
so we can get an accurate number.
500.
More than that.
Yeah, cold, but wrong way.
This is the slowest version of the range game ever.
I was thinking it too.
Look,
250.
we just need you to identify how many pledges are in the jar of jelly beans, Don.
250. 250. This is more like gold. This is more like Golden Road. I'm slogging through the little crap to get to the RV. 400.
No, it's higher than 500.
Okay.
Like, you guessed 500 and then you went down. It's higher than that.
Okay. 600.
More.
Higher.
700. 800.
Higher.
Getting close.
Lower.
You're very
Lower than
close.
900.
Yeah, it's higher than 800. Lower
763.
You know, this seems a lot more
Higher than
fun when you're
800.
talking about it than actually doing it.
Yeah. 862 at last count.
862. But now that's in what? 24 hours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually have raised almost $500,000 in pledges in 24 hours.
Star Wars fans crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but they are getting a really nice thing that they would probably never get otherwise.
Possibly.
If another 4,000 people pledge onto it, they will.
We are up to 875.
Oh, we've got another dozen
13.
since we last checked.
Well, it's because people are watching on the stream.
Yes, you're welcome, Star Wars. We just got you several $1,000s.
Hasbro, we work on commission.
Yeah.
Hasbro, please start buying stuff at tfradio.net/Amazon. Support the show.
Please.
But I'll be honest. All of my wonderful ideas, like Mighty Morphin Pony Rangers, those are free. I just want byline credit.
See, but
Hasbro,
Do you really want your line on like every My Little Pony toy in a line that goes out, Don? I mean, just asking.
Well, I do other stuff. I'm just saying that's my most recent brainstorm.
Fair enough.
But I have plenty of ideas in my head that would thrall and astound Hasbro. I just need 10 minutes of their time.
I'm sure it would astound Hasbro. I'm sure you're quite correct there.
They would be
Don,
absolutely astounded.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Don, worst Transformers toy ever go?
Supreme Cheetor.
There it is.
Okay.
Fun.
That wasn't hard.
I mean, I even told Aaron Archer on TFYLP when he was on the other day, I'm sorry, I hate it, but that was a terrible toy. I hate it, and I'm sad I ever bought it. Seeing it makes me sad.
How did he respond to that?
He said, that's fair enough. He said it was basically, it was not quite what they were wanting it to end up being.
Yeah.
Not quite being really.
I would have
far
laughed
away.
if he said, "What are you talking about? That's like the best thing we did." Like if he was just like, "That is exactly how we intended for it to be."
I mean, it's no Armada Laserbeak, but
No, I think even Aaron Archer would probably tell you that like the best things they intended to make were the stuff that they never actually got a chance to finish.
That's normal.
Because the line got cut off.
I still want.
No, I remember asking about because I mean we knew there was a few toys at the end of Beast Machines that didn't come out. They got ported forward into Robots in Disguise as exclusives. I remember asking him at BotCon 2016 if there was any more of that or like trans tech stuff that we never found out about that had gotten like any like very far into production. And he was saying like they had, I think, a wooden prototype of a playset version of the Megabolt Megatron, like the head mode with little mini figures that would have come with it. And that probably somewhere in Takara's archives there is still that wooden prototype floating around. And that made me very sad.
I still would like to see, because when Aaron Archer was at TFCon Chicago a couple of years ago, the 2-foot-tall Jumbo Machender Optimus Prime. I still kind of want that. That would be kind of cool. Rocket firing fists, all that kind of stuff. So I've not had a chance to keep up with the news today. Any big reveals from the other lines?
There is no news yet today.
Mattel hasn't started.
Diecast and R have Diecast and I have started a small Twitter war for the for Hasbro. He has started the hashtag Get Unicron Made, and I have started hashtag Seacons Before Unicron. So choose your side accordingly.
I'm going to not choose my side and just stay out of this because I have no.
Chris contributed. Chris contributed to make Diecast cry if you need a third option.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he would want most, probably.
You know, if I was going to start a hashtag right now, it would either be one of two things: get a Pet Avengers movie made, which could be a lot of fun, or I would like to get Ryan Carter, who played Heckle, as Enter. As Enter. Because I really think of all the actors I can think of off the top of my head, he's the only one I can think of that have a chance of pulling off Enter as a good translation from Sentai to Rangers.
I could actually see your Pet Avengers thing going to, being owned by Disney. I imagine that would make a fairly solid Pixar film.
Yeah, actually.
Something for the kids on a holiday season while their big brothers are seeing, Infinity War 2 or something. They could be seeing,
It'd probably take a little more time than that to make, but yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm just,
they wouldn't want them showing at the same time. I wouldn't think.
No.
Because let's be real, there's still a lot of Marvel people that would go and see Pet Avengers just because it's Avengers.
Oh yeah, I take my son.
But I mean, I read the miniseries and I had a lot of fun with it. It was a fun little miniseries. I mean, you had what? Oh, yeah. I mean, you had Speedball's cat as part of the team, and Miss Lion from who was actually a guy in the comic. He was named Miss Lion, but he was a guy. So okay. Anyway, so we're expecting Mattel. So that'll be what? 7 He-Mans per case of 8. So okay, we got that down pat.
7 He-Mans and a Skeletor.
Wouldn't it be cool if Thundercats got made? Or do they have the license or no? Who has that license?
They had it last I knew, but
I think Super 7 are the only people doing Thundercat stuff right now.
Yeah. Now, was the one showing up at GameStop's the only, like the Panthro, the Pumara that I picked up? Those 5 or 6 was it, and there's not been anything since, from what I understand. Heck, I can go to the Toys R Us near my aunt's and still pick up the supersized Lion-O and Mumra. But I'll admit, the Mumra looks pretty damn good. I'm tempted to get that next time I have some reward points and just put him on the shelf. Wait, because he's in that whole Mumra ever living sort of pose.
Yeah.
It's like how you always put Megatron in the fusion cannon pose. Mumra is like, the whole ancient spirits of evil pose.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Thundercats.
Oh.
Yeah, I like odd stuff,
I wouldn't call
really
Thundercats odd.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
And
give me Figma or Figuarts or somebody SWAT cats with swappable faces and glovatrixes and different expressions. I mean, I like oddball stuff like that.
We noticed.
Well, someone has to like it.
Not necessarily, but if you like it, you like it.
Well, I mean, I would like to see a Cowboys of Boom Mesa reboot like Turtles got. That could be interesting. We haven't had a Western cartoon in forever.
Nobody cares about Westerns anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's really because no one wants one.
Yeah, geez, the last major Western, True Grit, like 6 years ago.
Aliens versus Cowboys.
I think that was even longer than that, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was like the year after Iron Man because Jon Favreau was super hot then.
And then, of course, there was Jonah Hex, and the less said about that, the better.
Well, I'll be honest. Jonah Hex
did watch that.
Jonah Hex for me is kind of like the Shadow, although the Shadow is a little bit better. And every time I watch the Shadow, I don't hate it near as much.
My Jonah Hex knowledge is limited to Batman the Animated Series and Justice League.
Of course, that's very fine too. I mean, yes. you can get by with that and be happy. I did see somewhere where they're making Justice League animated figures, but I'm not sure. I just saw a picture, but didn't have any context.
Oh, did you see Teen Titans Go, the movie?
Oh, did you see the poster for it though? That's what. If you look in the chat.
Oh, don't worry, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just getting. And
we know.
I'm not throwing shade to the fans. I'm just saying, getting that cast back together, as eclectic as they are, and not finish some of the stuff from the first series is like.
It's not the same series.
It's not the same series. It's
like,
like,
why would the art style be so similar and the cast be exactly the same if they're not going to do the same thing?
So they didn't have to find new voice actors.
You still have to pay the ones you have.
Well, that's fine, but you have to find new ones.
Oh, why is the Justice League action the same?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I
don't know. I haven't seen any of that.
I've seen like an episode, I think.
Actually, I've got a little tidbit for y'all on Justice League Action. It looks like Justice League Action might be in continuity with Green Lantern in the animated series, because in the episode with Space Cabbie recently, Aya, the AI from Green Lantern, who became a Lantern who kind of went crazy in the series finale, she shows up in Justice League Action. So it could be that JL Action is set in the same universe as Green Lantern animated series was.
Well, hopefully, Don, the other person who would care about that will be watching the stream and have caught it. But no, if that is the case, I am very happy for you because I know you really did like the Green Lantern animated series.
I liked that actually as a kid.
Since they did the CGI, they kept to the small cast, like Beast War. Beast War started with a small, intimate cast. But I think if they had gone with it was Cartoon Network too, so that was not his favorite.
I'm genuinely surprised that I like a show that isn't Transformers that Dawn also likes. I think it's actually a first.
I mean, all of us have some similarities across the board. It's just, different ages, different tastes. I like Star Blazers. You have no idea what that even is. So
correct.
I don't care for. I've never seen Rick and Morty, and I'm sure some people think that's a sin or something.
I've never seen it either.
Same.
Oh, it's so good.
You would actually love
it. So I hear. Just
like you, especially Matt, is what I mean. You would especially love it.
I liked Code Lyoko. I liked that a lot. I like watching Miraculous Ladybug. That's a fun show. I like Gundam Build Fighters because it's sort of like Decade. Like I said, it's all the flavor of Gundam without the backstory. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Although the one thing I could say we definitely do not overlap on at all is taste in food.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with.
Eric doesn't like chili, huh?
Yeah,
on everything.
I don't put it on everything. I'm just saying if I go to a place that has burgers, that's not a fast food place, I should be able to get chili on a burger.
Not this again.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm thinking. I thought about this last night after the streaming stuff. With Hasbro getting Power Rangers, I wonder if Mattel is going to be looking at any big acquisitions to try to counterbalance that.
Oh, they almost have to.
Who would they want? Like, what would they?
Available. What could they possibly do?
No. They want something that'll make them money.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm being mostly serious.
Visionaries.
Again, the money thing.
I'm serious. I mean, is there any property out there that they can? I know Mattel's a juggernaut. I understand that. I'm just saying if they think they need to have something in their corral to counter Power Rangers, what could it be?
Kamen Rider. Bring it over.
Actually, yeah.
I could actually see that being attempted. I don't know how well it would work.
I'd love it. Of course, I also just want to get a gamer driver that doesn't cost an arm and a leg too. But
well, you assume they would adapt that series.
They have to. Video game Kamen Rider. I think it's
who is the toy rights to Godzilla and King Kong and all that?
NECA.
Bandai has.
Yeah,
Bandai has. Yeah.
NECA has some. I do know that. I just wasn't sure if they had all of it. Because
Bandai America, I'm pretty sure, has like the mass market toy store rights for Godzilla, or at least did as of a couple of years ago.
Because I know that they both
Diecast, what are you playing with?
Have a versus movie, so I'm just curious if that could start getting bigger.
Chigokin.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's what yeah.
Are there any big Japanese animes that they could bring over as the next big thing going on right now?
That always works so well when you try to force that.
I was going to say, I think you're overestimating the ability to just take something and make it a success.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, not everything can be Tamers. I understand that, but I mean,
I'm trying to think if there's. To be honest, I can't really think of any properties that are secured that I know of that Mattel could get. I mean,
they would almost have to make something up themselves because, I mean, Power Rangers popularity has tried to be duplicated multiple times in the past with Masked Rider and Beetleborgs and VR Troopers, and nothing has ever quite worked.
Pacific Rim hasn't had many toys, has it?
Not many.
I mean, if they, I wouldn't say that that's a balance to Power Rangers, but that's still something that if they could acquire, that's ripe.
Yeah.
Well, if we're stealing things from Bandai America, they should try for Gundam, just because I'd love to see some Gundam Mega Construct stuff.
Huh.
Gundam Imagine Next.
Yeah, actually.
Gundam Mega Blocks.
I will take a damn.
I would build the crap out of those.
I will take a 2-foot tall Gundam with a little Amuro figure that you could pull the core fighter out of the middle of. Sure.
No, it wouldn't be that. It would, because those 2-foot tall ones are like major playset things too. So it'd be a 2-foot tall Gundam that for some reason had white bases interior inside it.
Sure, why not?
I mean, if now one of the other people, if Playmates is not going to do anything with Exo Squad, that's all we. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just I think with its whole mech design,
that doesn't mean they're going to sell it to somebody else for them to do something with it.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Well, yeah. I just hate for something I like to be just sitting dormant forever.
You mean like G.I. Joe?
Something I like. Yeah.
Visionaries.
Visionaries.
Yeah, Visionaries.
Inhumanoids.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Well, now, the Inhumanoids with Pacific Rim doing the whole monsters versus kaiju thing, they could try to piggyback on that in some fashion, but they probably won't.
To be honest, I'm not sure exactly how big a success Pacific Rim is ever going to be, as much as I liked the first one.
Yeah, it was so hard to get the second movie made, apparently.
Yeah.
And we don't know how it's going to perform yet, so.
And it's honestly just like live action Transformers, but with monsters. I'm not. Yeah. Although, just to be honest, the public doesn't care that much about that.
I won't even say Pacific Rim was good because it was every cliche they could think of stapled together in the most copy-paste script I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. But it was fun.
Yes. Yeah. That's one thing the Transformers movies are not, is you could follow Pacific Rim on what was happening on the screen and with the characters, and you kind of cared about them.
Yes.
As someone who talks to a lot of people that have seen the Transformers movies and nothing else, the one thing they do get commonly called is actually fun. Just putting that out there from people who know nothing.
Okay, so I saw the first one and I did not think it was fun. So that's a matter of personal opinion.
I know. I'm just saying that it's pretty common to think that they are fun from people who just go and see a movie during the summer. That's pretty different from someone who goes to see movies that they care about whether or not they're good. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, yeah, they don't care if it's good, and so if it's bad, that doesn't matter. If it still looks cool, they consider that to be fun.
Yeah,
because it's a summer blockbuster. It's not. I mean, like, I enjoy them for that too. By no means do I think they're good. I enjoy going and seeing movies that are actually good more than I enjoy, analyzing a Transformers film, because that just makes my head hurt. Yep. But Like Baby Driver.
And people thinking the Transformers movies are fun makes my head hurt. So.
Well, Matt, I was thinking about you last night because I pulled this guy out of storage and transformed him for the first time in forever.
Oh, you should have just not elaborated. Just Matt, I was thinking about you last night.
But but it's amazing that this mold still kind of holds up. Kind of.
It's way too small for what it is.
Yeah.
And the engineering is dated as hell.
It's not a bad toy, though.
Oh, no, I have many of them.
Well, Matt, the only thing you don't have is thrust, right?
I have the Japanese one. I don't have the BotCon one.
You don't have every single version of that mold?
Have you seen what people want for that BotCon version?
Yeah, and I've tried Dononomics as much as possible, and even I'm not having any luck with that.
How much is it? I'm actually curious now.
What was it, Matt? $250 was the last one we saw together when I was looking online, and $250.
Is that the last one you need, though?
Well, I don't necessarily need it. I like the wing sculpt better than the one I have, but the one I have is sufficed just fine for years at this point. So.
But I'm saying, do you have every single other one?
Do I have every? I did not get all the Japanese releases because I already had some of the American ones.
I'm seeing them for
Matt.
120.
Yeah, Matt. I was going to say I just now.
Buy it now.
Yeah, buy it now for 120.
There's also one that's $70 for a bid, and there's 3 days and 9 hours left, and there's no bids on it.
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat.
I may think about that, but I just spent several $100s on building equipment for my basement, so.
Right, but I need something to put in that basement once it's finished.
There's $63 with $11 shipping. That's buy it now or best offer. So you could. That's pretty low.
Yeah, I mean it's dropped significantly since I looked last time.
Wow. Yeah, I'm with Blade Raider here. He says back to worst Transformers ever, classic Seekers.
Wow, that the game.
I gotta tell you, that has not aged well.
Yeah. Well, the Games of Deception set is still listing pretty high.
Yeah.
No. The cheapest one I see is like $400 for the set, but that was a good set.
That's pretty cheap for what that set's been going for years.
Yeah, but half of it's obsolete now.
Oh yeah. Actually, I guess the only thing that's not going to be obsolete is Bug Bite at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, silence means it's a good time to tell everyone if you're watching on Twitch or Periscope or anything. Or if on YouTube, but if you're on YouTube, you already see the live chat. We actually do, if you go to tfradio.net/live, you can see the actual chat where everyone's talking right now. We use the YouTube version, so that's why you won't. If you're talking to anyone on Twitch, I mean, if you're talking to someone, great. But if you want to talk to all of us, we watch the YouTube feed. So tfradio.net/live. And, if you want to help out the show because you've enjoyed the coverage, you can always go to tfradio.net/Amazon and buy stuff there, which will send some money towards Brian Kilby and help pay for stuff. There's nothing for Diecast, who's now holding up his incredibly expensive Power Ranger stuff, but
that's where I got it from, Amazon.
Oh, there you go. So he supported it.
Yeah.
Yes, but Diecast doesn't get any financial support because he makes bad hashtags.
Correct.
Stop. That's why you should support #Seacrons before Unicron
and
on Twitter. It's pinned to the top of my Twitter page.
That's a mean hashtag.
#make Diecast cry is a meaner hashtag, but it's still.
I will actually promote myself. My Twitter is @Melvar, MELLLVARR. It's a pinned tweet.
Wow.
#Seacons before Unicron.
Is that the first time you've ever said it and spelled it out for everyone?
It's probably
been a
not
while.
because he used to promote it by commenting that Kilby made him have it.
It's funny
Kilby
because
did make me have it.
I actually made a graphic with really big letters that has Matt's name on it because I didn't think he'd ever get out of his Twitter at any point. So there it is.
All right, now make one that says #Seacons before Unicron.
Yeah,
I could do that. And also because I come prepared. Don't think you escaped, Chris.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I really like
Mock
this.
Tackle on Twitter has already also given a graphic to that hashtag.
Yes, it's a great. Here, I'll bring it up real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to see this.
So diecast, that's the T-Rex you're holding up?
Yeah, Soul should go. I really like it.
Did you just get that?
No, I actually got it on.
You just haven't messed with it, or
a flash sale, and I never opened it, and it was sitting here, and I'm like, maybe I should open that.
It's ridiculously nice. Yeah. Mine's up there somewhere.
I think I picked it up for like on the flash sale. I think it was like 170 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cheap.
You know, it's weird. I love Soul Chigokin, but you know, the last one I bought was Gal Gaigar, and I'm still pulling for a Tryon 3. I'm going to keep hoping. You know, I'll be tilting at that windmill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, diecast. I do have a question about the Thundercracker Nitro Zeus. Did that look like it was remolded at all, or just a new head? Well, no, he got to see renders of it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, on the it went so quick. I don't know if it had a new head or not. I'm assuming it does.
A movie Starscream head exists for that mold. We know that through a leak that happened somewhat recently.
We did know that? I didn't know that. Huh.
Well, you know, you don't pay attention to things.
That's true.
While you're busy being at chicken college.
Let's see. First image out of the Mattel display at Toy Fair seems to be of Imaginext Jurassic World toys, which seems to have a cybernetic dinosaur.
Ooh,
of course.
Dino Riders. Why not? Woo!
Well, I mean, the next step after genetic engineering is, I guess, you know, just building one. So
yeah. I mean, just it's some kind of dinosaur with cyborg parts. So I mean.
There it is. Yeah, that's definitely a dinosaur wearing something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, it turns out Phil is not there for ASM, but Amy Two-Tone is at Toy Fair for them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Phil doesn't typically travel for Toy Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Chris, have you guys posted a video on T-Formers yet of Sludge, Power of the Primes?
No.
No?
Okay.
One of us would have to have it first.
Okay, because I'm just saying, I didn't know if there was one or yet, because my co-host just posted one, I think, so I can send that to you if you want.
Well, if their video is good enough, maybe we'll consider it.
Well, I know you usually post the first one, don't you? Or is it not the first one? That's what I don't know if it is or not.
It depends.
He gets the first one if he gets the toys from Singapore.
It depends on if he gets the toy before everyone else or not.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Whatever alternate dimension he went into that one day to get
Battle Trap.
Yeah.
Well,
alternate dimension of Singapore.
See, that is probably my biggest disappointment, other than everything being spoiled for Toy Fair this year, is no flywheels.
Yeah.
And no flywheels in the foreseeable future either.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder why they would do that and then just abandon it like that.
That's really odd for this specific design team to do.
Well, yes, no, they can do it in the next trilogy
or an exclusive at some point, maybe. Since they announced exclusives, but not what they were.
Yeah, we'll
also disheartened by no new Warpath or Cliffjumper or Huffer / Pipes.
We'll get flywheels that's just a straight recolor of Battle Trap.
And I realize that, you know, these things can be done in, you know, War for Cybertron, but then they won't be Earth modes, which means they won't fit with everything else we have.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we're guessing that they're all going to be Cybertronian modes.
They said that the trilogy was about the story on Cybertron before they ever left Cybertron, so one would think.
Yeah, so if they start looking like Earth vehicles, that just raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, it doesn't necessarily have to be like G1 exact, like the original '84 cartoon Cybertronian alt modes. Although
no, it doesn't.
That wouldn't surprise me with them. But
like Wheeljack trying to get that vehicle mode out of that robot model Yeah, good luck.
I bet that they would try if he wins the fan vote. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like that they'd want to do that. Who knows? Although they said that, I don't know, the way they phrased it about wanting people to choose the characters before they know anything about how the toys work, I did think was interesting. I don't know. It seemed like they were kind of hinting at something that we just have no idea what they mean yet.
And when do they start taking the votes? Is that the 20th?
The 20th.
Okay.
20th through the 23rd.
I want Impactor.
Hashtag make Cash cry.
I'm gonna probably opt for Needle Nose.
I'm gonna opt for Impactor as well.
I want Impactor only because I don't want to have Needle Nose and not Spinister, or Spinister and not Needle. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they
I'll make a deal with someone. I'll vote for whatever 2-pack you want, but you have to give me your subscription service, Needle Nose.
I thought you were going to say social security number. Either works.
Okay, well,
yeah, Don, what's your social security
Needle Nose?
867-5309.
Hey, I know that number.
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
it's a song title.
Okay.
Calling me too soon.
He's not that. Well, he is that young, but
I know that song. I like old music. Well, not that.
Classic 80s tune, not old.
Anyway, my point is, I have no way of getting a subscription service Needle Nose because people don't even put those on eBay anymore.
No, it's a combiner figure, and I will never give it up.
Yeah, you like them.
Fine, I'm not voting for your damn Impactor.
Okay.
He'll never give it up.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Blade on this. The fact they're calling it the War for Cybertron trilogy bothers him. He does not want 3 lines of that idea.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Only the first one's going to be War for Cybertron. The second will be Fall of Cybertron. The third will be The Dark Spark.
I know. See, Rise of the Dark Spark.
But I think they want people to buy the toys, so
not run away screaming.
Yeah,
I really hope they do that. That would be so funny. I don't hope they do that.
Yeah, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and Escape from Cybertron or something. But
that could work.
Please, Rise of the Dark Spark. Come on.
How about Fall?
Only if it's the 3DS version.
I like what Sam Green says. Dino Saucers reboot. Yes.
Oh God.
Okay, I can get behind that.
What about Dino Riders?
That makes me think, now that Bandai does not have Power Rangers anymore, maybe it's time for dinosaurs to come back, fill some of that space.
Oh, I just thought of something. This is kind of a new Mighty Orbot series that we actually get toys for.
That joke was made a ton in the chat yesterday, so people are thinking, thinking it at least.
What is that?
Robot
Transformers.
Oh, okay.
It's based. Lassie, get off the cord.
It's a funny skit from Robot Chicken.
It was a line of transforming lines in the 80s, or transforming robots in the 80s that was not Transformers, and we know how well they all lasted. So
yeah. Well, there was no toys for the line. It was the robot was loosely based off God Mars from Japan.
Yes, and they are making a new God Mars toy apparently,
and it looks really good.
Ooh, hey, Chris.
Wait, isn't that
who is making that? By the way,
I'm not certain.
So
this was God Mars, right? The Family Dollar knockoff was God Mars.
No, that is from Brave. That is
God Max, isn't it?
Yeah, God Max.
Oh, okay. Well, you can understand how I would get those mixed up.
Who wants a Mega Constructs data? Because there it is.
Ooh.
I'm sure.
Minifigure, I assume.
What now?
Is that Heroes Wave 3?
Let's see.
You get, what is that? Is that Venus?
Data. No. Mirage Studios Leonardo. Oh, Leonardo was swappable standard and Mirage headbands.
I see Evil Lyn and Man at Arms.
Yep.
Is that
that's Faker.
Another endoskeleton.
And a Schwarzenegger next to it.
I guess that's what the World of Warcraft or someone like that.
Oh, that's a T1000 at the end.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
next shelf up
Oh,
is
like a
Hellboy.
Oh, that's Faker. Okay.
Hellboy, Kratos from God of War, and the guy in the
Assassin's
middle.
Creed.
Yeah, Ezio. And okay, that's not a bad lineup.
Only one. There has to be at least one more Star Trek.
That looks like 2 waves.
Data's the only one from Star Trek that I see.
Yeah.
It looks like 3 Terminators, and Aliens and Ninja Turtles. The 3 Masters of the Universe surprises me.
Yeah,
but I mean, at least 2 of them are just going to be primarily reused assets. So
well, it's Master of the Universe, too. That's
right.
Yeah.
So many reused assets.
Here's some Halo.
I really just love that Leonardo comes with both headbands.
Wow.
That is just so great.
That's a big ship.
Okay. Let's see.
See that Halo ship.
Yeah, I like the Infinity, but not for $200 probably.
Yeah. I've still
Although I can just wait for that to go on discount for like
$80.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting a Q in Judge's robes. That'd be kind of neat.
Yes, it would.
I would just be happy with a little Q minifigure, in any form. That would be.
Yeah, I mean, all you need is the head that resembles Q, and you can just put it on anything because Q.
Yes. You can give him any form you want.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
But of course, you would choose the form that pleases you the most, which would be John Delancey.
or in a pinch, you can always get Discord.
I'd rather have Q.
Let's see. Okay, a recolor of the Imaginext Mighty Morphin Megazord.
Black and gold?
Black and red.
That's
weird.
With a black-gloved Red Ranger with the dragon shield. Is this like a comic thing?
It must be.
I've tried to read some of those comics, and they don't seem bad. They're just not really clicking for me. Just because they seem incredibly, what's the word? Serious.
People seem to love them. I don't know. I haven't read any.
Yeah, I just don't want Power Rangers to be that super serious. Like, I really hate when things like Transformers, superheroes, Power Rangers get marketed to adults and start running away from their inherent silliness. Because there is something a little bit silly about just about every one of those, and you may as well friggin' embrace it.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a reason it was popular to begin with. I mean.
Okay, they are making a DC Multiverse spoiler figure. I'm pretty sure that's something Don wants to know.
Yeah, I just had that up on screen.
Okay, I hang on. Do what now? Can you put that back up, Jason?
Stephanie Brown action figure.
Okay, that's the new 52 version, I think, but that's still nice. Yeah. It'll go good with my Stephanie Brown Batgirl.
It's not that different from the classic look of just the black faceless features or featureless face under the hood. But
the
Raven kind of look.
I think there might be a Dark Side Build-A-Figure with that. I thought I saw.
Yeah, I saw the head. Yeah.
It looks like they're doing a Batman Returns Penguin.
Yep. I just like whatever pose they put.
Not
Batman
my favorite penguin.
I love that penguin, actually.
Yeah, my penguin is Burgess.
I actually don't think I have a favorite penguin because he was always like the lamest Batman villain to me.
I think I like penguin just because it was.
Yes. I want that John Wesley ship. That's my Flash.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that.
It is very well sculpted, that's for sure.
Now we need a Mark Hamill trickster to go with it.
I was hoping that'd be the next picture.
Yes.
Bat nipples. Oh wait, no, they weren't on that one. Crap.
Why would you make something from Batman Forever?
Well, I mean, the movie wasn't total garbage. I mean,
It's on Netflix, Dawn. I just rewatched it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Let's see, Minecraft figures.
Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting they've added shields to the game.
Yeah, that's that new.
That's because we haven't played the game in like 4 versions.
Yeah, well, there's reasons.
Well, hey, it's nice
because they added shields to the game.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see Shield getting work outside the show.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's see, I don't even know what version of Batman that's supposed to be.
What, movie 3?
No,
Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gotham by Gaslight.
That's a nice looking T-Rex.
Which actually, Gotham by Gaslight just came out as an animated, and apparently it's really, really good. If anyone would like to check that out, you can buy it at tfradio.net/Amazon.
Yeah, both versions of the Ray, which I know only because he was in JSA for a while.
And the new Simon, whatever, the Green Lantern, Simon
Boz.
Simon
Boz, thank you.
Boz.
Yep. But it's weird that he doesn't.
How many
have
Green Lanterns does Earth have now?
Like 8 or 9.
1, 2. Are you counting Guy? Because last I checked, he was still a Red Lantern.
No, he's not.
No, he's green.
Not.
He's not red. That was the only time I actually liked him.
Well, I was reading him when he was Warrior, so trust me, he got better characterization as a Red Lantern.
I know. I loved Red Lantern. He's not anymore. That's what makes me sad.
Yeah, I wish they let him keep Sinestro's ring, because Guy with Sinestro's ring was kind of neat. But the Simon figure, unless it's not pictured, he usually carries an actual gun with him. But I didn't see that in the picture.
You're right. I actually don't see that. They don't always show a lot of their accessories with this particular line. Like, that's a thing that they've had them on display. And then whenever we see pictures of them, like in the cases shipping out, it's like, oh, they have accessories. Yeah. Sometimes they show them, but not all the time. There's been plenty of times where it shows up and it's just like, well, I didn't know it came with that.
Hey, Rodimus Supreme came in the chat just in time to watch the Mattel stuff he was asking about on Wednesday. Good job. Scrub back like 10 minutes to start pictures if you want. So far, nothing mind-blowing out of Mattel. I mean,
yeah. Well, it's Mattel.
Lieutenant Commander Data. That's about the most exciting thing I've seen so far.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that the Mega Bloks Destiny stuff doesn't have anything new, but considering how much of that has been on clearance, I'm also not surprised.
Yeah.
I find it odd that they made a Mega Bloks Data before a Riker.
Well, making the chair for him to straddle takes a little extra time.
Yeah, the chair action is very complicated to get down that movement.
They have to make special longer legs.
Yeah, a plesiosaur, I guess.
Plesiosaur.
There's your Jurassic World driver.
Indoraptor.
Heck, they could recolor these things and make what was that dinosaur fighting game?
Rage.
Oh, Primal Rage.
Primal Rage. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, they could recolor these things and do a Primal Rage line for like GameStop or somebody.
There's your villain dino. Sorry, spoilers, everyone.
In a movie where they're bringing dinosaurs back to life, why do they feel the need to make new dinosaurs?
I don't know, but boy, those are long arms. This one looks kind of person-like. That would be
because they
creepy.
can.
Yeah,
that's the Indominus Raptor.
Oh yeah, and this guy's arms are pretty sad.
Yeah.
Those are like
Shin
Godzilla arms.
That's the Carnotaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, what happened is that basically Dr. Kurt Connors' lettuce formula just didn't work again. Now he's an evil raptor.
See, these Star Wars miniatures being shipped under the Hot Wheels name don't look awful.
There's your glowing recommendation, folks.
No, it's like I hate that these say Hot Wheels on them because they look good is what I'm getting at.
Oh.
Also, they don't seem to have wheels, so that's like misleading.
Yeah,
Hot wings. Hot.
Yeah.
Hot wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll get a buffalo flavored repaint.
Yeah, that TIE Fighter looks very nice.
Yeah.
And I love the coloring on the Falcon. That looks really good.
Yeah.
And wait, does it have both the new and the old antenna? I think so. Or is it dish? Sorry.
The pictures we've seen so far don't really seem to show.
Is that the transforming Falcon?
No.
No.
This is the Hot Wheels without wheels.
Oh.
Yeah, that does look like two different dishes on there.
Okay. Yeah, it does. Okay. For some reason, I didn't think the more square dish was curved, but it definitely is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember it being curved.
Okay.
So I wonder, do we know about what size these usually are? Like, are these pretty much just Hot Wheels, tiny size?
Oh, you know how big Hot Wings usually are.
Hot Wings. Oh, now I'm hungry, Chris. Thanks.
Yeah. Well,
you should have had some pizza this morning.
I had a quesadilla when we started screaming.
Or some chicken last night.
They have like visible.
I feel like chicken last night, like chicken last night, like chicken last night.
Yeah, I was wondering if I saw a person inside the TIE Fighter, Rob. I think.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, apparently P.all found wave 2 of the Power of the Primes. So
all of it?
Well, I saw Slag, Sludge, and Dreadwing.
The deluxe,
Darkwing.
man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is he the terror that flaps in the night?
My co-host
he-
found all 5 at his store.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous.
Yes, in
So-
like a part of Maryland I can't really get to. So
yeah, and P.all in the same state I'm in, so hopefully that'll mean they'll show up soon. Because
No, probably not.
I've checked 4 Walmarts, 2 Targets, and all I've seen is Rodimus Unicronus.
I can't
hope
even find
hope for it, but don't
I've-
expect it.
I've seen the leaders, and I actually bought the legends. So
All I know is that when we all see the Deluxe Wave and all that, we're all going to say, okay, I'm going to mute and try that again. We're all going to say,
This is a happy day. I got a friend named Don.
and the best one.
Don, what's wrong with you?
I'm actually hoping our pre-orders come in before I see them in stores.
Yeah.
Nice.
I might go take a ride after we're done here this afternoon and see if I can find some.
Did you do
Go
that
a little
yesterday?
farther than I did yesterday. Well, yesterday I just went to the Walmart in town. Probably, go a little farther.
I was in Walmart the other day, and they were getting ready to stock the toy aisles, and I looked around the boxes, and what little I saw of Hasbro was not Transformers related product. So I think I'm okay for a while.
Yeah, I went to the.
I
Walmart
can't
that's
leave
only
well enough alone.
I went to the Walmart that's only 3 miles away and found nothing but Cadbury eggs, which was not a letdown. I mean,
It is for what Cadbury eggs cost now.
That is
Seriously.
very true. I just had to close my eyes while I was buying them, but afterwards it was great once I forgot about paying for them.
And they keep getting slightly smaller bit by bit.
Yeah, but
Dude, it's like
tomorrow.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'll
yeah,
probably go to the one that's like 5 or 6 miles away. See if I can have better luck there.
Yeah,
Yes, Target actually has a sale on deluxes this week for 12 something. If
Although that's been this past week, so it might be about the
Oh, it is Sunday.
Yeah.
okay, dang.
tfradio.net/Cadbury.
Is that actually a
Is
thing?
that a thing?
I think
It was.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
We have
okay.
a link for Cadbury eggs. I think that's it.
So I'm hoping to.
I
find
believe they're also on the Massey attack list.
Yeah, Don did request that recently.
Yes.
So Brian
Don't
is
blame
apparently reorganizing his office right now.
Ah,
Have fun.
Ah.
I told him
for
to
toys in.
put up pics of his progress on Twitter, and I put him on screen, and he said there's no progress yet. So I was like, then send us the
Progress
pics of
bar
all the
is-
work you have to do, and I'll put that up instead.
Hey, Jason, you need to make a graphic with like Brian in his office and put a progress bar just perpetually at 0.
I wish I were
No,
that
I
quick at that kind of
have a
stuff.
new tech graphic to share.
And don't forget, you can follow Matt on Twitter
Hashtag Seacons before Unicron.
There you go. I like how you're proud of your Twitter now that you have that.
You know, I'll be honest. I would like to see them take a stab at the train bots first, just to get something different out there.
Make your own hashtag, Don.
I've never had luck getting hashtags started. I've tried a couple of them, but they never seem to take off.
It's not that easy.
This could be your chance, Don. You can't.
But
give up
it
now.
will put it in Hasbro's mind, though. Fleetingly, perhaps, but it will be there.
They're probably blocking me out of self-preservation.
There you go, Don. I got you started.
Oh God!
It's on your Twitter.
I'm sharing on the Facebooks on the Facebooks.
So I'm going to go to twitter.com/HMRC4EBR.
I mean, I added it to him, so you'll probably still have to do a little work there.
Yeah.
Oh God!
So Mattel slowed down a little bit. Maybe we'll get a little more once they're done. Assuming they're not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they are done. Who knows?
It might be.
Yeah, that's all we have. It was just a small little group.
Boy, that's a huge bumblebee. The rescue guard.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like-
Yeah, with what? 2 minicons it comes with?
That looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad Rescue Bots is continuing, but I wish they were keeping the same voice actors. But
Yeah.
Fake Eyes has some close-ups of the Mega Bloks figures.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Man at Arms looks pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. I really like how that Leonardo looks.
The T1000 looks pretty dumb.
The T800 looks okay.
Oh, Data comes
Yeah.
with the tricorder. Good.
Well, and the T800 Guardian, the Arnold, is I think like exactly the figure that came with the Time Machine set.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The T1000. That's a bit of a derpy face right there.
I forgot there was
Yeah.
a machines.
I'm not huge on the Terminator anyway, so I don't think I need those.
Yeah, I mostly just got the Time Machine set because it was like an interesting looking thing,
Yeah.
and it was $12 at Marshall's. At least if I can
Well,
get
there
that
you go.
down without bringing the whole shelf down with it.
Hellboy looks great. That's the
Hellboy
it's
does
the
look
Magnola.
good.
Yeah, art too. That's great. Kratos.
Time
is Kratos.
Machine.
Yeah, Data looks about. That's about what I want from Data.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although the face sculpt on the packaging is going to look way better.
Well,
Always.
you know.
Kind of like how when I got Kirk a week ago, he looks like Kirk on the package. He looks like Stamets as the actual character.
Here, Don, I got your train bot for you. There you go.
God. Where do I look?
It's also-
put it in the chat, our chat.
I wonder,
Time
is that
Machine.
Ooh,
That's not the hardest. Wait, what?
Oh, I know what that's going to be. I bet.
all right. So here's some pics of Brian's progress, or if you can
Is
call
that
it
is that the Thomas Trains combiner?
No, it's not
Is
actually.
it
Brian needs to dust his shelves.
Oh, that's not what I expected.
I'm sure that'll be part of the process.
Me either.
Yeah, thanks, Diecast, for nothing.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's remote controlled. That's something.
Oh, what else is new?
That's what I'm good at.
Oh, okay, that thing. That's true, Don. You could get the Shinkarian toys. They have train combiners.
Yeah, but I kind of want them to take another stab at JRX. I like JRX.
Well, then you should get the Shinkarian stuff because that's like 3 train combiners. It's basically the same concept.
Yeah, but it's be a lot of cash on the import. So
This is true.
So was JRX.
yeah, especially since I bought it twice. Thanks, Aaron.
Appreciate
it. I managed to not double dip on the Robots in Disguise toys I had the car robots versions of.
I told Mr. Archer, I said, like, you know, me and a friend went in and we imported the entire first wave of actually most all of Robots in Disguise, because we thought we are never getting these toys over here, never going to see these in the U.S. And then less than a year later, you got Prime sitting on the shelf. It's like,
Don, I don't know why you didn't like this train. It looks great. This is high quality.
It looks very complex.
Well, if you look at the picture on the box.
Yeah, the box looks great. Toy, yeah, not so much.
So buy the box,
Oh wow,
Don. You'll enjoy that.
Right. The box looks like something I would actually enjoy.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Come here, big fella.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a
send them
match
to attack us through the screen, Don. It's not gonna work.
They're all here
So
for you.
Blade Raider said that he wished Hellboy had his coat, his jacket, which yes, but would they? Do you think there's any chance they wouldn't have like the soft plastic parts with it too, or should we not expect anything extra with it? Do you think? Because I don't know that it had accessories.
Well, it has a gun.
I would think, I was going to say, if it already has the gun, I kind of doubt they would give it a leather jacket, but I don't know.
Now, given that they're specifically doing the comic version, I feel like the leather jacket is a little bit more optional.
Okay.
And you can tell by the head sculpt they are definitely doing the comic version.
Oh yeah, that's Mike Mignola all the way.
Not to say we won't get a different version, somewhere down the line.
Oh, we'll get Roman. Yeah.
And we might get one with the jacket at some point, so who knows?
This is true.
I mean, basically, the motto of the toy industry, especially in the U.S., seems to be never do it right once if you can do it almost right twice.
Yeah.
That needs to be quoted somewhere.
The news seems to have slowed down quite a bit.
Indeed.
Yeah. If nothing else comes out of Mattel, might be a good time to wrap.
Yeah, we're coming up on 4 o'clock. That's probably going to be a good time to bow out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Works for me.
We got 3 almost solid hours out of this.
Yeah.
I'd call them all solid. I mean,
just remember the hashtag get Unicron made.
Hashtag make diecast
Is
cry.
inferior to hashtag Seacons before Unicron.
I'm still with Chris's above anyone else's.
I'm also going to go for the one that I set up for Dawn, Train Bots Before Unicron.
Hey, Diecast, do you think you might have time for any reviews this week since Toy Fair's over and things can calm down a bit? No, I'm asking just so we can plug the channel.
To put a review up, yeah, I'm going to do Generations Toy.
Streetwise?
Was it Streetwise?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to really like him so far.
I really like him.
Cool.
Like, they did a really good job with him.
So, youtube.com/RC reviews, right?
Yep.
Subscribe.
Hoping to do it today. Do it today.
Well, you got plenty of time if we're done in 10 minutes, so.
Yeah. We're doing it. There Goes My Money tonight, right?
Well, we do have Prow. That's our one pre-order we've gained this weekend.
I thought you were serious for a second. I was really concerned.
No, it'll probably be a week before anything builds up again to where we can actually have a meaningful episode.
Yeah.
See, but that doesn't mean we can't have an episode.
Yes,
it just means we can't have a meaningful episode.
All right, Eric, plug your stuff.
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Eric Crowbar or on Instagram at Aramis Prime. But also anywhere you listen to podcasts, Nerdy Geek Talk. That's my podcast network, which we have a lot of different shows, but several are Transformers. The main one is Steel City Bots, which is a Transformers podcast from the perspective of a younger generation. So it's probably different from most other stuff you listen to. So you might want to give it a shot. Could be interesting. It might not be, but the only way you'll know is if you try it.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, tell us about your new hashtag.
Oh, yes, the one I just put in the chat. Yes, hashtag make Hasbro regret asking for hashtags. I figure we'll have that done by the weekends. By the weekends out.
Yeah. Their social media manager is going to come in on Monday and be like, "What did you?
What did you do?
What did you do?
You told me I could have the week off."
And then they'll be like, "It's those RFC jerks."
I just retweeted Chris and Don's directly at Transformers and at Hasbro.
So.
Nice. Perfect.
All right, Don, you want to plug?
I have nothing to plug. Sooner or later, Brian and I will be having my show up.
Good.
Sooner or later, and that'll happen eventually.
Don's old. It takes a long time for him to get that stuff going up.
How about your Twitter, Don?
Hashtag make diecast cry.
Yep.
HMRC4EVR, the number 4.
Thanks. Yes.
Matt, you want to push your hashtag one more time?
Sure. I'm on Twitter at Melvar, MELLLVARR, and support my pinned tweet, hashtag Seacons before Unicron.
He finally pinned a tweet, folks. It's time to show your support.
Yes.
Chris, do you want to show your Flickr?
Push the button.
Well, unfortunately, it's not quite as easy as pushing a button, but I can definitely make it appear in a very non-professional fashion by doing that.
And also,
That was a given, though. So.
Yes, the cardboard signs are back because I found a piece of cardboard.
Yay!
It took all this time.
Yeah, and Blade Raider did something I've thought about doing, but figured it would be useless. But maybe he'll have better luck than me. He tweeted at Hasbro and Power Rangers to not forget Green Hippo, because we can never forget Green Hippo.
I have to assume they'll try to do something with that footage when they adapt Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh wait, there's new pictures of anything. Me card? What?
Me card or mech card? I'm not sure which, but it's
a card.
It's little car things that transform into abstract sculpture and have some kind of tiny gaming cards with them. I have no idea what the hell's up with that, but good luck making that into a thing, Mattel. This is what we were talking about with the it is hard to make something into a thing.
Yeah.
Like this is just another one that is going to go on the pile with Beyblade and Yokai Watch and even Zevaz. I mean, at least Zevaz had quality behind it, but yeah, this is you can kind of look at these after long enough and go, yeah, this is doomed, and that's doomed.
Yeah, like I don't even see. Like okay, they're cars and they turn into some things. Like that one at the top, the green one, kind of looks like maybe a lizard or a bird or what?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what this is supposed to be.
More penguins. There's Bizarro, Superman again.
Yeah, going to be a Walgreens exclusive, that one.
I don't know. I might pick him up. I like the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing I'm noticing with these mech cards is the cards have like pictures of the animal they're supposed to be, but the cars have zero resemblance to it.
Okay, so the cars are basically like those Halloween costumes where you had to have the character's portrait on them so you could tell what they were supposed to be.
Oh my god, yep.
Theoretically, yeah.
Yep, this'll work.
Like one of them has just outright a picture of a robot on it, like a humanoid robot. There's nothing on this table that resembles that in any way.
No.
Yeah, this will be the Power Ranger killer right here.
Oh yeah.
Your days are numbered.
All right, and before we get going here, I just want to take a second real quick. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Jason S. Kirk, and I'll figure out a hashtag to share tonight. Everyone else is doing it, so I should too.
Hey, Jason, did you see the new Voltron stuff? There's new Voltron.
Yes, we showed. I think I don't know if they came on stream, but yeah, they're basically recolors, but they look good.
With different wings on the Black Lion and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So those.
Someone described it as Voltron Endless Waltz, and that's about appropriate.
But also, starting tomorrow, my new podcast, Everlasting Minute, comes out. So it's a minute-by-minute breakdown of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the good one from '71. So just so in case anyone's scared. And everlastingminute.com is where you can go to find all that goodness. Starting tomorrow, big day, big debut. Woohoo!
Yay! I can't wait till you talk about the credits for several minutes. You have several episodes just dedicated to the credits of the movie.
We've already recorded the first 2 weeks, and let me tell you, we make those credits really interesting. And then we go ridiculously hard at Bill the Candyman. Like we light him on fire.
Maybe you want to rephrase that.
Maybe you should listen. we put him in his place. That's all I'm going to say.
He's catching attention.
Evidently.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
Not really. Can't think.
Hashtag make Jason cry too.
Oh, that happens every night. Anyways.
No, we don't want to dilute the effort.
You're right. We need to put all of our energy towards hashtag make Diecast cry.
Yeah.
Keep our focus. Can't lose who we are.
I think in 2 days we just effectively killed anyone from Hasbro ever saying to create a hashtag.
Yeah. Well, if we had, someone else would have. So, hopefully we get the credit.
I mean, between this group, we already have 3.
5.
Oh, boy. Well, we accomplished something this weekend, that's for sure.
Did we?
I mean, depends how you look at it, I guess.
He didn't say something good.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Or meaningful or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to be killing Twitch and Periscope. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you. Come again.
Bye, guys. See you on Wednesday.
Oh, Don, I got a gift for you.
And goodbye, YouTube. Or is this a good gift? Should we?
It's Diecast. There is nothing good involved with it, probably.
All right.
Yeah, leave it as a mystery.
Here,
They'll never
YouTube.
know.
Tune in Wednesday to find out what the gift